Ooh, drop that beat, man.
Make me regret everything, Ollie. So we're probably going to have a slightly extended reminders section here, I feel. If my keyboard doesn't crash out, that's a bad sign. Manual control, please. Here we go.
How does a keyboard crash?
Well, exactly, Carl, exactly. Don't know, but it did.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Mr. Ewan. I say in a very distinctly not Swedish accent, because I can't do a Swedish accent.
See, I can never remember which is the Scandinavian ones that's the very
kind of cut out for me there, Carl.
Lilty sort of accent.
Hello,
and then
I
the
am from Sweden.
Like, yeah, that's
really terrible, and Swedish people don't sound like that.
The Swedish meet the bows.
Unless you're...
Swedes have sounded like that when they've been either A, kicked in the head by a horse, or B, had a series of very, very deliberative strokes. Debilitating. That's the one.
It's lovely recorded content right there. Just so you're aware.
What, the Swedes only sound like the Swedish chef from the Muppets if they've been kicked in the head by a horse?
Immediately veer off topic as hard as we can.
So
we go derail this.
As I was saying,
we are a D&D group, is what we do, is it not?
When was the last time we played D&D?
We've actually never played D&D in this group.
No, we haven't.
Your Game of Thrones facts is bullshit.
Because I
can't lie.
No, we're not doing that.
I'm just going to say that I'm proud we've never played D&D.
I mean, I played.
From what I'd read, I thought it was correct, Callum.
It would have to be Spelljammers.
I mean, we did play D&D, just not as this group.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is we've never played D&D with this group. But I would have to play... It's never been a Tuesday session thing, basically. It would have to be Spelljammers, like post-apocalyptic Sun Dragon World, I forget the name of, or the other one. Dark Sun, thank you. So Spelljammers, Dark Sun, or something in... what's it called? The Queen of Blades thing. Lady of Blades.
Queen of Knives.
Queen of Knives?
Woman of...
I swear Lady of Blades.
I think it's Lady of Blades. Yeah, so Spelljammers, Dark Sun...
Lady of Pain.
Lady of Pain, thank you, yeah.
Sigil.
Sigil, thank you. So either something in Sigil, Spelljammers, or Dark Sun. Those are... I don't mind D&D, but those are the three settings from D&D that I actually quite like.
I meant P&P.
I learned something about a year ago that really surprised me about D&D, is that all the Magic the Gathering takes place in the D&D universe. They are a shared canonical universe. Everything in Magic the Gathering...
There are supplements.
Kind of. No, I'm not disagreeing that they say that. I'm saying, knowing what I know of D&D and Magic the Gathering lore, doubt.
Well, Magic the Gathering happens in a billion different places.
So it do. The problem is D&D's multiverse theory is actually pretty well explored and fleshed out, and doesn't incorporate that.
It definitely leaves room for it.
They share the same universe.
D&D is the smallest large universe you will ever encounter.
I thought there were like
apparently
thousands and thousands of crystal spheres. Therefore,
yes and no.
Could exist.
Shall we?
This is
the intricate cosmologies of either the Great Wheel, the planes, or whatever the fuck it is that they're doing in 5th edition. Because let's just not get into this. We're not high enough.
Jokes are bad. So yes, slightly extended reminders session this week because I have not had a time to review the footage / audio in sufficient detail from last week, so I may be missing out on bits. No, I tried, but schedule worked against me, unfortunately.
That's fair enough.
So, reminders from last session. The large bear is looking straight at Revere. Yuhnbric is eating spicy porridge straight from the bowl. Apparently, that was important. Don't remember that one at all.
He grabbed the porridge as he ran out of the building.
And the ale.
Well, actually, yes, on that note, Yuhnbric stole everyone else's beer and put it in his many pockets. Sorry?
Oh, no, I'll save it until we start session.
Cool. The party left the faceless corpse of John Battleborn along the route to Rorikstead. I got as far as you're
Good old job.
murdering him in the recording, and Jesus Christ. Like, holy
We've all gone vegan.
that boy putting up a fairly cogent argument, actually, really, as to things, and then, anywho, Arnaulf wanted to shout at the bear, presumably again, though it's not noted, because you did shout at him last time. The innkeeper's son wants to go adventuring. Jomo wants to wear the boots he looted from the faceless corpse of John Battleborn. I suppose he wasn't faceless at the time. And Zanzarim...
It was when he looted the fucking boots.
No, he started removing the boots at the start of combat. And Thingy still had a face until some way... Because you had to mercy kill him. Like... You broke his jaw and he was dying, and then had to split his skull in two, and then
someone shurikened him, and then someone put an axe through his skull.
Yeah,
and as the axe went through the skull, Jomo started stealing the boots.
Then you ate him.
And then I ate him.
A bit.
Only a little bit, yeah.
I'm kind of worrying how fine you are with eating other sentients.
He's actually surprisingly keen on it, and there is a Daedroth for that. And finally, Zanzarim wants to be put in his, and exact quote here, Wizrad outfit.
Wizard outfit, you mean?
No, it says Wizrad.
I believe someone misspelled that then.
Well, we have a separate Wizrad outfit for him.
Wait,
It's the tie-dyed version.
Do you ever read anyone's backstories, John Nicholas? Because this is important stuff.
It's gonna this is where Creed turns into a totally tubular, bodacious wizard.
Yes. My turtle man!
See, Ollie has read his backstory.
It's Elton John glasses.
Which era of Elton John?
I was expecting a wizard hat with 2 Zs on it.
This works too. Or it could have a wizard written across the top of the glasses, the rim.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Studies.
He's not just the greatest wizard in all of Skyrim, he's the most fabulous wizard in all of Skyrim.
I mean, if he has 2 Zs, doesn't that mean he's also the fastest if he's a wizard?
No. It's a joke that you clearly have not got.
Sings a good Christmas song too.
No. I got the joke.
He deserves it.
He absolutely deserves it. I'm sorry, did I say you could come out of the wanker's corner? Back you go.
You didn't, but I clicked back anyway. You know where my mouse is positioned.
Pretty sure you can ban per individual channel.
Yeah, but it'll just mean that he'll never be able to get back in, and we'll have to make a whole new server. It'll just be a fucking pain.
I've looked into the possibilities of banning Ollie, and it's so much more effort than it's worth.
I like to think that my jokes ride the threshold of effort to creating a new server.
Well, no, I mean, just assign permissions to a certain channel and revoke the permission.
Yeah, but that's smart, Carl, and I'm
Ewan doesn't do
I'm lazy. I don't know if you've looked at my character in the video games, what I done contribute to, but he's lazy, if nothing else.
Reddit post is fucking amazing. Like, oh wow,
he exists in CK2 as well.
Yeah, I'm not as cool in CK2.
No, but you're a good target to kidnap and murder.
I'm extremely difficult to kidnap and murder, and I know this because you have tried, and every time you send me reports of how annoying it is to kill or murder me.
No, I sent that for the first one, and then I discovered that it's much easier, because you're so bad at running away, is to invade Gloucester, kick the door in, and take you prisoner.
Well, that's not
if you really want to annoy you and do what I did...
It's a kind of kidnapping.
No, it's not. It's capturing me in battle, and that's super easy.
If you want to annoy
casual.
If you want to annoy you and really well, just, invade Gloucester or start with Gloucester and rename it Guildford-Cester.
Oh.
Just because
into the wanker's corner.
Yeah, really. The whole point here is that, Ollie, you're a disgrace to this industry.
It's funny because it's not true. Or is it?
What if we rename Sweden Denmark? Or is it the opposite way around? Who hates who? Or Norway?
Oh, they all hate each other.
Just get both and switch their names.
It's all good
Call
fun.
it Swenmark.
If you really... Scandaweja is my personal favourite.
Scandaweja.
Scandaweja.
I like Canada as not as related to dumb countries.
Even slightly related, Ollie.
Just dumb country names.
That's not what we were talking
Canada.
about.
I mean, to be fair, you could rename Sweden just not polar bears.
Reverse Greenland.
Reverse Greenland.
Iceland.
Anywho, I'm not engaging in another game of explain national stereotypes to Ollie because it lasts a while. So, I believe we actually have a turn order and everything.
Oh my god.
Oh, we do have one on the side, but yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have the bear on there.
What?
We don't need the bear.
Do not.
Fine.
Sorry, I'm echoing on someone.
Speak.
I'm not
Mic
in the
check.
turn order.
Mic check. Mic.
Ollie.
No, I always light up, but it's never me actually echoing as
Yeah,
far as I can
I
tell.
don't think it is Ollie. I think he was just lighting up, but I'm pretty sure that.
Well, he's the only one lighting up.
Yeah, but the echo isn't sounding there, so I think it might have been young Nicholas, but he's muted himself or he's moved his mic or something.
I'm not sure how this mic can even pick up these headphones. I'm not sure how it can ever echo.
Mine doesn't.
See, you say that, but it's very often you. I'm not meaning to. I'm not
You say
meaning
it,
to
it's
sass.
one of
I'm
my
saying
fan. Just like
practically.
triggering it.
Cool. So, in order to roll for the bear, I will first need to remember what character sheet I gave the bear.
Yeah, how do we do initiative in this?
Presumably
Is
the
it
big
by
ass
any
bear.
chance a washerwoman? Or a medium-sized dog?
The traditional is midwife, but
I didn't think we were doing proper combat last time.
we're not doing proper combat. Sod proper
Okay.
combat.
It's proper, okay.
It's like we still need to know the initiative order basically, so we can see
Yeah.
who acts and what.
Otherwise, it would be chaos.
I can attack 4 times, right?
No.
No, and also you aggravate me.
Oh, thank you.
This is why your performance reviews go so poorly, young Nicholas. Alright, well, I don't have a bear, so he's getting a giant badger token.
That's
Oh,
actually
that
more
is
terrifying.
Vicious little
We can
fuck.
accept.
Aren't they just really large badgers with attitude?
No, they're completely different families.
Aren't they really just bears with large attitudes?
No. Again, they're completely different families.
I'm hearing what you're saying, but I'm not agreeing with it, Benji.
Aren't bears just reverse badgers?
You know how house cats have the nature of perfect killing machine, but they're about 6 foot tall?
I mean,
Which house
Badgers-
cats do you know they're 6 foot tall?
Sorry, 6 foot tall!
Sorry, 6 inches tall. Fucking Benjamin.
You know, I would... Because you're a fucking engineer, you should know what distance is.
well, this is like when we say that Nick should know maths as a programmer.
That's a
Oh my
like
God.
cat.
Fucking Benji coming in here. Well, we're going to make the bridge about 130 meters tall to cross this stream.
Is this a bridge for undescript elephant or nondescript elephants?
Don't even fucking Wednesday groups tomorrow, and they're engaged in elephant shenanigans.
Wait, you mean we're Tuesday?
My point is, if there were giant badgers, we'd all be fucked.
I don't know if you've ever played Dwarf Fortress, but it is graphic, yes. Initiative.
I'm aware of the badger meme.
Right, so your initiative rating is your agility bonus plus your intelligence bonus plus your PCB. Agility, intelligence, and perception.
PCB set perception.
Could you add me to the list? It's convenient.
I think you were either riding someone or hadn't crested the hill, I want to say.
I'm riding the Wimbar.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to go off my back, I believe.
that's
I don't
fair.
know if I'm actually in combat, so do you even care?
I think you asked me to, if I'm recalling vaguely.
I think I probably looked at it. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm happy to go into the turn order and just try and avoid being eaten by it. What do I do? What was it? 1d10 plus...
You don't roll it, actually, it looks like.
Bonuses.
Oh, it's just bonuses.
It's
Oh,
just
so add
bonuses.
bonus 5.
So that does make me query how Do Wimbar ended up with 19.
I'm pretty high. Was it? It's Edge plus Perception plus...
Agility bonus plus intelligence bonus for some reason, plus perception bonus.
Right, you've got to think
Mine-
quick, right?
Mine's 10 in that case.
Mine is 9.
Holy shit! I've actually got good initiative! Haha! I'm 10.
Yeah, let's
I'm 11.
revise here, because what I suspect is
10.
drunk last week, Ewan, may have fucked up the initiatives.
Feels like you did bullshit some initiative.
Probably.
I seem to remember rolling something, but I scrolled up.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll use the grenade rules is a phrase to be wary of for a reason. What did you say yours would be, Callum?
10.
10. Cool.
Do I have I don't think I have a token on the board yet.
Only people who are worthwhile get tokens.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, and you can't just be saying these things.
Well, do something.
I think he just
like.
did.
All right, what's
He just
your?
did.
You know what? I'm not gonna go through the whole rigmarole here, Ollie. I'm just gonna give you a token.
I mean, that's literally what I was asking for. So thank you for doing your job as a GM.
Aren't you expecting a little too much there?
Yeah, I've known you. Ewan's been my DM for 4 years. I guess you're right.
I think it's over 4 years at this point, mate.
There's a whole lot of insubordination in the air tonight.
I think I checked. I think it's not quite 5. It's not 5 years. It's more like 4.5, 4.25 years.
5 years sounds better, though. I'm going to keep saying 5 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree.
When we hit double digits, someone has to buy me a cup. Something.
World's most mediocre GM.
What, you just make me like a really shitty ceramic one?
We're all going to paint on it, and we'll get it from those clay shops.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
World's mediocre GM. +1 good.
+1
So much do I hate you. Cool, right. Arnaulf, Zanzarim, and Yuhnbric. What are your initiative ratings in that case?
10.
9. I put mine in. I was able to edit it for whatever reason.
Cool. And Yuhnbric? You should probably get this up.
I'm 11.
You're 11.
Got that dank edge bonus. Well, actually, no, it's the int. It's pretty damn good, so.
Who has higher agility out of Revere and Arnaulf? There's probably a process for breaking.
37.
40.
Cool.
Not
Revere goes
Revere or
first, and
Arnaulf.
then, oh, that's a very good point. 30 minutes.
Just for that, you go first.
Yes!
Oh, dear.
That's initiative.
Arnaulf, what is
I was
your...
going to say 35.
Okay, cool.
Oh man, I've
There you go.
still got more agility.
And then Dowimbar and Zanzarim, who goes first?
My edge is 40.
Mine is 38. So take it.
Cool, so that goes fine there. Do you want an initiative roll, Jomo?
Oh no, it's like I literally just plan to run away, if anything else. So
I think you're riding Catclop, who's striding into battle.
oh yeah, headcanon in my mind. Like at the time, it was like, quick, let's make a getaway, and he went the wrong way.
Entirely correct, yes, that is more or less what happened.
I went around the mound, but
Yeah,
I'm like, what should
I'm
we
sorry,
do?
a flanking attack is still not running away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
running-
I see.
You see my point?
I'm running away sideways and towards you, don't you know? I'm retreating, he says, running headfirst into the bear's mouth.
So would you like an initiative, or are you just going to cling to Catclop? Either is fine, but just to confirm, because your Nicholas is you're nicking a bit.
I'll cling for flavour.
Cool. Okay, I will leave the initiative on the side so it's in the recording, I believe. Yes, and then let's just expand that in the interests of neatness. Cool. So, top of the turn order, Yuhnbric Ulka. I believe you hadn't crested the bluff, on the opposite side of which lies or stands the 5-meter tall bear, which is fuck huge. You were sort of just stood away from combat, eating, and I quote, spicy porridge.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to get into combat with it first. Fuck that bullshit. I guess I'm going to walk a little ways up the bluff, maybe until I can see it, but I'm not going to be the first one there. So I suppose
they're already in combat. In fact, you've heard.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
Cool.
You've heard Arnaulf, at the very least, has already got out a shout, and I think Revere has sliced into it, and the bear screamed at him. Yeah,
In which case,
the fighting has begun.
Sure, in which case I go up and I yeet the porridge at its head.
Is eating in the rules? I think that's a custom action.
Control F yeet.
Let me.
Melee combat?
There's
probably
precision
throwing.
strike.
Surely it will be a ranged attack.
You
Yeah,
can
that's
aim.
Definitely a ranged attack. Let me have
Ranged attack.
Gets
yeah.
on me for messing up a measurement.
Just glad it's not
It's
me.
throwing something.
No, it was more.
No,
melee
I'm sorry. Like the melee attack versus house cats are 6 foot tall. I'm 100% giving credit to Ollie there. One is a significantly larger mistake, about 6 foot of mistake, in fact.
Imagining.
Depends how far away you're throwing the porridge from.
I mean, if it's within 5 foot, I suppose. Okay, so I have no idea. There we go. Ranged combat. Firing while mounted. Well, I'm not mounted. Does it count as an area of effect when the porridge spills out?
No. Let's have a look at your combat styles.
It's not spicy.
Ranged combat. So, range definitions define a number of 3 numbers. Maximum close, effective, and long ranges. Attacking targets in close range provides a plus 10 bonus to attack test with the weapon.
You're not in close range.
Am I at medium range?
Medium, I would expect.
Cool, then I
Arguably
don't
long, but I'm not looking up the rules.
I'm at a plus 0 then.
You can take the aim secondary action.
We're not doing structured combat.
Oh, sorry.
Nicholas.
Sorry, yeah.
I'm just trying to find out where the because it doesn't actually tell you what you roll. Like, okay, do you just want me to do
What page you on?
page 77. That's just the ranged combat area. I think I need to have an appropriate weapon.
I mean, the porridge is not going to be appropriate no matter what you do with it, but you can huck it at someone.
But it may get in his eyes and cause mild irritation.
Ranged weapon attacks, page 73.
73.
Yep. Step 1, attack. Bullet point, ranged weapon attack. Attacker makes a combat
Agility
style
test.
test.
Oh, cool, I can do it.
You have a relevant combat style.
So I'm trained in the art of wrench-jitsu.
That does not cover porridge.
No, I mean, can we not take this as an improvised action, though? I'm just throwing a bowl of porridge.
Yeah, absolutely, but that's still going to be the -10 for untrained.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine for that. Yeah.
Cool, so yeah,
sorry.
that is an agility test at -10 in that case.
No worries. Cool, 25 or under. Oh, what? There was an error of my formula.
Yeah, don't use macros.
Cool. I do not make that. 2 degrees of failure.
Actually,
No, 1.
I'm actually not seeing... Oh, there, it's gone through.
Yeah, it came through. That's either of my lucky or unlucky numbers, and I'm not going to re-roll it.
Cool. Brain's just trying to work it out. Yeah, no, you throw the bowl of spicy porridge, and it lands resoundingly a meter or so away from you. You're not used to chucking things. You've thrown things underarm every now and then, but mostly you have serfs and slaves to do this for you, or had in your Dwemer workshop.
I mean, you don't really encounter much in the way of bears or things to throw it down there. Everything's quite claustrophobic.
No, very true. Actually, Dwemer halls can get pretty vast, depending on the nature of the local geology, but definitely... Under ideal circumstances, they do not feature large bears.
That is the ideal. That is like what I want my Dwemer caves to be, bear-free.
Yes. And of
Okay,
course,
do I have a half action left?
I don't think so. We're not really doing structured combat.
No worries, man.
Revere, what are we doing?
So I have a grappling hook and a rope. Does that necessarily mean that they're attached, or would I have to tie it together?
I think we can probably safely assume that your grappling hook and rope are attached if that's something that you were intending to do with the grappling hook.
Excellent. Well, I'd like to backpedal away a bit and try and unshoulder my pack and get the grappling hook out.
Okay.
You just squished. What the hell? Whoa.
Sorry,
Who's turning into a sausage dog?
I don't
Wait, what?
know into a sausage dog.
Someone's just straight up turned me into a sausage dog. This is highly unprofessional.
This is not a professional environment.
I get party leader dog.
You do actually look like party leader dog. Cool, let's have a look. What is that going to be? Why am I looking at Arnaulf? That's not relevant. Not for Revere. I think I'll take... I'll take an agility test, please, at a flat +0.
Alright.
To back up and get the thing out.
Whoa!
You put a hashtag on the end, so it's...
shit.
Auto-bolt. Sorry about that.
Oh, I know if I want to get an automatic one in the future. Not the woe!
Talos smites thee for thy cheating ways.
Damn it. That is 5 degrees of failure.
You have luck points.
I'm no mathematician, but that seems like a lot of degrees. One of those.
I'm going to see how this plays out. How can I epically fail to get a grappling hook out of my back?
Possibly, it might involve the giant bear in front of you.
So you go to rapidly back up, reaching for the grappling hook. You know exactly where you put it, only to trip backwards over a rock, and the grappling hook comes loose as you grip it, flying out into the air before pulling back around, very lightly roping your roping your legs together.
No.
Not strongly, but just enough to tangle you and give the bear opportunity to strike. Arnaulf.
Could have been worse.
Revere. Right, I'm going to shout the bear down.
Let me open Book of Circles.
Feck you, bear! I can post the rules if you would like.
Feck you, bear is not a shout.
I mean, just throw food into the fag, mate.
There is the rules for Foos.
Oh yeah, because Book of Circles is correct. It's Book of Thum. Sorry, I just opened the Discord and read the phrase, "Yes, I had the pleasure of discovering the Wankers Corner yesterday." Did you say you were posting the rules for Foos, Benji?
Yes, they're at the bottom of the Discord, the most recently posted message.
Are you sure you're in the right Discord? Oh yeah, here we see. I see them. Sorry, I thought you were doing a screenshot. Characters shout with great force, stunning all targets within a 15-degree cone up to 25 meters in front of them for 1 round. Counts as a ranged area of effect attack for the purposes of evasion. Cool. Give it a go. You declare word level and cast, right? As I recall.
There is only one word level. The only thing I could add to it would be more words, but I don't know the words.
Just on principle, though, it's good to have that set.
2. I'm going to spend a luck point and re-roll that. Woohoo! That is 1 degree of success.
Cool. God, I probably should look up Unrelenting Force. Difficulty.
I don't know Unrelenting Force. I know Force.
You know Unrel.
It's not how the grammar works, and you know it.
I mean, yeah, but sad face. Cool. I think you do just stun them. Does he? Oh, it's a 15-degree cone, so he gets a chance to dodge, doesn't he?
It counts as a range area attack for purposes of evasion.
Yeah, boy. Cool, and then dodge is just going to be... It's pretty much just agi, isn't it?
Alright, depends if you've got any training in it.
I'm having a look. And his dodge is instead by itself. Is it agi over athletics? Athletics or acrobatics, usually?
For throwing yourself flat to avoid an area of effect attack?
Or throwing yourself to the side. Oh, it's evade is the specific thing, presumably.
Yeah. It's an evade skill.
Well, I'm just going to keep calling it dodge. That is actually a squeaked pass.
The second time that bear's done it.
God damn,
Squeaked
that's
pass, but the last time he dodged on 50, which is then a failure, so I stunned him.
Wait, so I must have been using a better stat block. Thank you for the correction, Benji.
The bear grows 2 feet
I see what I was using. Cool, sorry. He is suitably upgraded per request. Cool, in that case, that is markedly more than a squeaked pass.
If he's being upgraded back to what was originally there, can I request a turn to actually run away? Because now I'm scared.
Yes, I'll have to get you a dog.
I can just be there in spirit, it's okay.
Yeah, you know what, actually, he's pretty busy with everyone doing everything, so you can just leg it at the end of the turn order, like jump off of Catclop, assuming he's not done something stupid, which he might, as it's his turn. And on that subject, Catclip. What do?
I should actually run after Zanzarim. Can I just... I'm staying by Zanzarim for now. I'm not going to do anything. I'll hold and...
I'm just on your back.
You haven't said charge in though, have you, or anything? So...
No, most certainly not.
Something not yet.
We're not in... Look. Sorry, I almost pulled over my cat tower then. We're not in... With the cat on top of it. We're not in superstructured combat, so sure, you can hold your action until after Zanzarim.
Yeah, I'm going to see what he does.
Zanzarim.
I'm within 30 metres of the bear.
100%.
Excellent. I'm going to shoot a motherfucking sunbeam at it.
What do you shoot out of?
My mouth.
His eyes.
Just open up and then a ball
Firing your laser.
I actually don't know which is more terrifying, a cat firing lasers from its eyes or vomiting them from its mouth.
It's also technically a metre-wide beam, so this is a huge fucking beam to come out of the cat.
It's literally I'm firing my laser.
Yeah.
Alright. 2007.
We're the party of 15-year-old memes.
Yeah.
They're good
Always
memes.
has been.
Hey, have they got this far? It's because they're classics,
You fucking
right?
always has been me.
Oh god, I just realised what we're like when we're fucking 80 with grandchildren. Like, back in my day, memes were cool.
I'm already doing shit like that. Like, it's really awkward.
Nah, man, memes will be cool forever. You don't know.
Someone's going to have on their gravestone, unironically, I'm a fire in my laser.
I'm intending on having that on my grainstone, yes. Cool,
Such
sorry.
death.
It wouldn't surprise me if you owned a grainstone.
Do you not own a grainstone?
What is a grainstone?
I'm a fire
Stone
and a
for grinding
grain.
grain.
Yeah, it's a quern. It's a stone with which one grinds grain.
You attach them to, like, windmills or
A
water.
quern isn't attached to a windmill. Pleb.
So usually, like, at least in this country, I thought they were called millstones.
A millstone's different to a quern.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Millstone is attached to a windmill, or other suitable milling implement.
Oh, wait, so is the other one a hand
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
that would be
or,
it.
or a donkey?
Right.
Yeah. You'd know this, Ollie, if you paid attention in farm class.
He'd know this if he wasn't born in Guildford. Like the
It's
film.
Sorry, we're
It's
from the
not-
home
it's not
counties where
his-
things are done properly.
It's not his fault he's born in Guildford. Don't hold it against him. He's inbred enough as it is. Cool, what's your DOS on that, Creed?
I do like baguettes.
DOS, that would be just one, I believe. Yes.
Okay, well, the bear has actually used its dodge.
Nice. This damage does count as sunlight, if that has any effect on this creature.
Duly noted. It is a bear.
It could be a werebear.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not
Surely
vampires.
werebears.
Has anyone
Yeah,
ever...
but if the sun's out, maybe they're not werebears anymore, right?
No, maybe it's a normal bear.
Depends somewhat on your setting. Also,
Have anyone ever considered creating, like instead of a race of people who transform into animals, they're a race of animals that can teleport everywhere, and they're called werebears or werewolves. Because they're just teleporting everywhere.
let's just
You know what to do, you
into the wanker's corner. No, into the wanker's corner, Ollie. Don't fight it. Just shh.
Quiet,
move the
slip
head
away, Ollie.
Pillow right
Pace.
over the face.
Ace!
Yeah, pace. Cool. Yeah, roll your damage, Creed.
Blah, blah, blah.
You don't even roll damage for that, do you? It's deal
There is
spell
damage,
strength, fire damage plus your willpower bonus. It's static. Oh no, there is damage. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's a D8 plus willpower bonus. What's my willpower bonus again? 4. Level 7. Level 7 of fiery sunbeam.
Cool.
Like good? I don't know.
No, it's like mid-range damage.
Yeah, it's a low roll on the dice.
I mean, in terms of overall health levels in this setting, I don't...
I mean, I've got 15 health.
I've got like tiny amount of health. I've got like 6 health, but I am a cat.
Yeah, and this is a giant bear, so...
I have 21.
I've got 20.
So Zanzarim's, sorry, was it eyes or mouth? Creed.
Mouth.
Zanzarim's mouth opens almost too wide, and with a vocal, deep, throaty meow, a blast of sunlight vomits. Oh my god!
Just to clarify, there was a comma between those words, right?
I was not prepared for the vocalization.
I've actually got the perfect sound.
No, we're keeping pace. We're keeping pace. We've gone real slow so far. The mouth opens almost too wide. The aforementioned sound effect plays, and a beam of pure, blinding white sunlight lights up the night sky like a lightning strike, blasting straight into the bear. Its beam broadening as it goes, out to a full meter wide, significantly wider than the cat. The bear rears up in pain, anger, and shock, its gaze flitting between Zanzarim atop Catclop and the stricken form of Revere.
Master, I shall charge in. Please jump off.
Jump off.
And I charge!
Alright, define charge for me.
I'm gonna run up the motherfucker and start just batting him down with my paws.
Okay, I do feel the need to point out to you that whilst you are larger than many, many things in this setting, a bear is one of the few things that's still very slightly bigger than you.
Yep.
This is a very big bear.
And this is
I've
a
got
very
some
big
big
bear.
claws.
You do. Benji, what's the house range line? House rain. Not rain. Yeah, it's rain, isn't it? Castamere.
Those are not the house words. That was just a boast they said once.
Yeah, but it was funny.
So yes, your claws may indeed be long, but theirs are just as long and sharp as yours, young Nicholas.
Thank you.
In fact, longer. Because
So get to him
you
first.
you are only a saber-toothed tiger, and this is a mega bear.
He's not even a saber-toothed tiger, technically. He's not even really a tiger. He's a horse cat. Really more of a gorilla cat.
Does his dodge include his attacks of opportunity?
You always get attacks of opportunity on people, but we're not really doing structured combat, so...
Okay. Can I do like a hit and run, like charge, lunge, scrape as I swing past him, and then keep on going?
But you know what? We're not doing structured combat, so we'll see. What's your combat style?
I believe it is unarmed.
I don't think that includes, like, charging hit and runs, so you would be untrained.
I mean,
He'd be untrained. It's literally how he fights. He runs
Yeah,
at people and mauls the fuck out of them.
it's like
Because he is a horse cat.
No, exactly, but he's not running at someone and mauling the fuck out of him. He's running in there, swiping it, and continuing running. If he were running in and mauling the fuck out of it, that wouldn't be untrained.
I'm still unarmed. What I'm using to attack him is unarmed combat.
Yeah, but, like, if you huck a warhammer at someone, it's not Warhammer style combat styles.
So basically, and you're in your mind, because the ultimate act of one-on-one mano-a-mano dueling is one thing, but running past someone who is sort of slightly distracted, whacking them in the back and then running away
Yeah, they're
is somehow completely out of the wheelhouse.
No, absolutely, they're different skill sets.
There's a reason you lost every single fight when you tried doing swords.
I mean, fight me, I'm the GM.
Sure, I'll fight you again, I'll body slam you again.
Come over to England first, alright? We're not going over there.
In that case, I'd rather just walk up and attack him then. There's no point in me.
You're very welcome to do that. Well, I mean, depends.
As I'd be losing 20 on the hit, so...
It's only a fatigue point's worth of bonus. And theoretically, if you do it the way you were suggesting, then you'd end combat in such a position that he shouldn't be able to strike you back, and he attacks Revere instead. Whereas if you go in there and twat him, you'll actually have a better chance of hitting him, but you'll also be his target instead of Revere, almost certainly. I say his. You can't see the bear's gonads, so him, her, either way.
You know what? We'll do the hit and run, and I'll use a.
What is the bear's gender? Bear.
And
Touché,
I'll spend a stamina point on physical exertion, so I get plus 20.
Entirely fair. Like, the point I was trying to make is you've basically come up with a reasonably good trade-off, but it is a trade-off. Cool. In that case, that is a. I mean, you know what? I'll leave it up to yourself. You can either do strength or agility on that one because I think both are probably pretty valid.
Definitely strength.
Cool. Then I believe that works out as a net of strength at plus 10, right? Minus 10 plus your plus 20 from the fatigue.
Oh, it's a minus 10 because it's.
What did you think it was? It's a minus 20 in Dark Heresy.
Okay.
You're scimitaaring a bit, Nicholas. It's fine. You don't need to think it that much.
I fucking hit him.
I mean, give a fuck then. Catclop waits a microsecond for Zanzarim to hop down, and then hops vertically, fuck knows how many meters into the air, slashes the colossal bear on his way past, and continues on in a graceful arc, the bear screaming and rearing up ever higher in pain, crying out into the night.
Okay, then.
What was your DOS there, just to check?
That would have been... 4 degrees?
4 degrees, yeah, no, in that case, you land clear...
No, 5 degrees.
Yeah, you land clear on the opposite side, maybe 4 or 5 meters away from him, your colossal leap having barely been slowed by having to rake your claws through his fur, thick layer of fatty armor, and down into the flesh beneath. Your claws are slick with blood, but your padded feet land you neatly on the ground, skidding into the snow.
Cool. So... 16 damage.
That's my bear. Where are my bear stats?
So yes, I've just posted in Discord the video of young Nicholas's attack in anime form.
Ian, can we have exploding crits, please?
I don't know if we have those in this setting.
I mean, we could just do it.
Does anyone know if we got critical damage?
All in favour? Aye.
Aye.
I just mean 10s mean another D10, and so forth. And so
You know what? We've not had those in forever, and I do, for all that I prefer not having to worry about them, I do miss them a bit in DH, so why not? Roll us another D10, you Nicholas. First D10 only, but... Alright, so
that's 22 damage.
Yeah, net 22. I need to look up some health values.
I mean, I just killed myself if that was me. And he's already suffered damage.
What did you hit him with? Just one of your claws?
With my claws.
Did you attempt to eat him, Nick?
No. With one of my claws. I didn't do damage for both claws.
Are you going to attempt to eat him later to gain his powers?
That's not how that works.
It can be, actually, for the record. Mira does exist.
I like the idea of Catclop eating the guy with the nice boots and starting to jump around, seeing if he could fly.
So there is a Deirdrith who specialises in this, and of all of you, Catclop is probably the one who is most vaguely aligned to Deirdrith, relevant to their interests.
I mean, if the Daedra wants to approach me, then by all means. But I'm not going to look for Daedra.
You usually have to be chosen by destiny for them to approach you.
Well then.
I've seen a house fly. I've seen a cat fly.
I already have my obedience to Zanzarim.
Sorry, I'm still looking up the things.
Didn't he tell you to stop eating that man? And you kept eating him?
I don't think he did, no.
No.
Oh,
I just watched on like a creepy black cat.
Cool. Bear's turn. The bear eyes the fallen form of Revere. It feels the sticky, wet blood flowing from its back. It looks at the various enemies surrounding it, including the strange, small form of the demon cat, and hesitates for a brief moment. And then goes to run. Go, werebear. I believe in you. You can do this. You can't do this. It's running, but it's running quite slowly, actually.
Is it limping?
Yes. Yeah, Catclop kind of got it like right across the space between the shoulder blades. Didn't hit as far as the spine, but he's got into the muscles that control its forelegs. So it's still walking, but it's walking with like significant amounts of pain. And its attempt at a fast lope, an ursine charge, just isn't going as well as it might have hoped. It'll get away if not stymied, but it's gonna take it at least another couple of turns. And Yuhnbric, what do?
So, Yuhnbric, he's feeling something. It's a rising sense of frustration at how he's been treated the past couple of weeks, not by the party, but just by the world, and the shitty hand it's dealt him. And he feels something of a red rage come over him, and he drops the little porridge he maybe had left, the chain of the slave, unless she's attached to my arm, in which case she's just coming along. And I go to charge and hit the bear in incredible anger with my wrench. It's just all the anger and frustration and rage he's felt over the last couple of days, and there's a limping target running away from him. He's pissed. He's not thinking quite logically right now. He just wants to hit something.
By the way, I thought we left the slave the captive in the pub.
No, I believe Ollie brought him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was left with Yuhnbric because he's
Reasons.
not because he's trustworthy, but because, to be strictly fair, I forgot, as I remember. So I'm not penalising you for that because that's on me.
Was she like wrapped around? Because I'm just going to drop the chain otherwise. I'm not going to yell though. I'm not going to be suicidal about it. I'm going to give it a fair chance.
Okay, cool. In that case, I think that's probably a strength check with whatever your proficiency bonus is for your combat style. Sounds like.
Yeah, actually, I need to check my. I have Dwemer. I put Dwemer Engineer as my combat style. I did create one. I spent 300 XP on it.
Yeah, I remember you saying. The wrench counts.
Yeah, the wrench counts. I have it as my combat style, but I can't remember what level 300 is. I think it's Journeyman?
300 XP? That'd be the second level up.
Oh, so Apprentice then. So I'm an Apprentice, so that's a plus 20?
It should say
Apprentice is
whether you're
plus
Journeyman
10, I believe.
Plus 10. Okay, so it's plus 5 for each level. So in which case, I guess I'm just doing Strength plus 10. It's a maul, it's crushing, unwieldy, shield splitter, and concussive. Yeah, okay. I guess I just
roll to hit and roll damage, and if you have special rules on damage, we'll use those for the time being.
I make that.
Yeah, you fucking do. I'm not going to attempt to dodge that as the bear, because fuck that noise.
Cool, so that is 1d12. What's ENC?
ENC.
Extra encumbrance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it has an encumbrance of 3 names. So I thought that might be. What's H stand for?
Hit points, I believe.
H.
Because it's got 2. I must have put 2 next to it. It's been a long time since I read the rules. I haven't really read the rules. I'll just roll the damage. It's fine. 1d12.
Yeah, just roll the damage. It's fine.
Is that one of my lucky numbers? No.
You don't get lucky numbers on a D12. It's D100s only, I believe.
Oh, that was my 1d100 was my lucky number, though.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a crit success in that case, Ollie. So I guess presumably your damage dice explodes. So you get another d10.
Oh, another d10, sorry, I rolled that again. No worries.
Well, mathematically, it's very pleasing, at least.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Cool, so that's a net of 8 minus the bear's soak. Yeah, you rush up to it, lay into it with your maul, but it seems almost preternaturally tough. The colossal beast, certainly feeling your blows, grunting in pain as you lay about it, whacking into it with your wrench, really working out that stress. But it keeps going at a fair pace, and it's beginning to build up speed.
Cool. I guess it's my turn done for now. Unless I have the ability to use... 1 second, just want to check something. No, I have nothing. Maybe I could burden it, but with a spell, but that's about it.
You've got an action. Sorry, you've used your action, I would say.
I've used it. I can fire it.
Revere.
Well, I'm going to be desperately trying to get my way out of my own trap.
Cool. You're actually not being attacked by anything at the moment, technically. The bear would have wrecked your shit, but everyone else kind of leapt in to... I hesitate to say they leapt in to defend you, but they definitely leapt in to attack the bear. And that's done you a lot of favours. The rope sort of fell about you, but not in a massively tangly way. Not even from 5 degrees of failure, because I just don't see a way of that happening. So I'm going to say you've maybe still got time for like a quick action of some kind if there's something speedy you wanted to do after disentangling yourself from the rope.
Oh, I'd like to pick the rope back up.
Sure. So you have enough time to disentangle yourself, struggle your way to your feet, and pick the rope up. Cool. Next up, Arnaulf. What do? Benji?
Is he dead?
He's either dead or muted.
Oh. Can we dictate what
there
happened?
He goes.
And he pops out of existence.
As I was saying, how close is Yuhnbric to the bear?
Not super close. He was like the furthest back in the bear.
Can I charge towards the bear and try and shout on the run?
Sorry, I stand totally corrected. He's actually fairly close. He ran up to it and started whacking it with his wrench.
That's what I mean. Is he so close that I can't shout at the bear without hitting him?
Absolutely.
All you have is a hammer.
He is 100% too close for that. However, I will say you have used your shout a moderate amount, both like previously and in the campaign.
I've used it twice.
Yeah, in the campaign, but you will have used it before now as well. Not often necessarily, but you know how it works. You are very much aware that unless he's forced into something or falls on something, you don't actually cause damage. You just force people to fall over.
Yes, I don't want him to fall over whilst there is a giant bear that could eat him.
Entirely reasonable. I just wanted to make it clear.
Na 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 na. I feel like we only have 1/3 of the full word.
In which case, yes, I'm going to with my axe at the ready. I'm going to charge after him, shouting at the bear as I go.
Just really trying to lay into the bear's morale situation.
Well, no, I figure if I knock it over him, it's already running away, so it clearly knows it's losing the fight.
Your mother was a hamster and your father hissed out of elderberries.
You'll make a bloody good rug!
You scream at it, charging after. Do we have an intimidate?
I think there might be.
There is not.
Just straight up fear?
You don't roll fear against other people on your own willpower, though.
No.
But the bear would, right? The bear
is scared of us.
Oh, what a fear test for the bear. Yeah, but he has to be sufficiently scary by himself. Well, I suppose he did use the Foom, which is actually pretty frightening. Like, even on a visceral level. Ain't no one enjoys being console commanded. Alright, let's give the bear a fear check. Let me give him a mild bonus. That is a pass. The bear is making a tactical withdrawal, but it's not violently shitting itself in fear.
Not yet.
Very true, not yet. That said, Arnaulf does rush after it in the traditional Nordic way, axe a-waving, screeching bloody murder. Zanzarim Zahir. What do?
Is it within 30 metres?
Yes, but I don't think you necessarily have a super clear line of, fire.
I will hop onto the low branch of a near tree, if there happens to be one.
I don't think there was. You were kind of in an open field.
Can I do my shout yet, please?
Oh, sorry, I thought you said you were just rushing after it, yelling at it.
No, I'm shouting. Thank you, that is a pass.
I don't know if I missed the word shouting, but on the off chance that I didn't, do please say shout, because if you just say you're yelling at it, then I will take that literally.
I specifically said I was shouting at it.
I think you misheard you, and you heard it as he's just trying to dent the bear's confidence.
Well, that's what I thought, which was alright, fair enough, pretty reasonable, I guess. Let Yuhnbric take the risk. Cool, sorry, so you were shouting at the bear.
Yes, I literally just shouted at the bear. I passed the test.
Alright,
the
let's take a roll.
Shout succeeded.
Squeak the pass.
Does it get to pass that easily if it's trying to run away?
Yeah. I don't think it takes... let's see, would it take a difficulty modifier?
Presumably, given it's behind...
Well, it knows where you're coming from, though.
But it can't know he's about to do the attack, right? At least not the first one.
He did rush up to it screaming.
But isn't it?
But it's not looking at me, it's running away.
That is true. On that subject as well, Ollie, if you'd like to make a dodge roll.
Oh.
Or don't, actually, as you're not looking at it.
I mean, am I?
You know what?
No, I would be looking straight at it.
No, you're looking at the bear, not at me shouting.
Yeah, you're not looking.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
We'll leave it up to yourself, Ollie. Either.
No, I won't take the dodge if I'm not aware it's going to happen. I won't take the dodge. I presume I just go tumbling.
Yeah, we can. I mean, because that's your final fatigue point at this point, right, Benji?
No, I've got 2 more.
I thought you only have a capacity of 3, and you've used 3 so far.
I have 5.
Oh, fair. Slightly more than I thought.
Yeah.
I'm torn. So on the one hand, we don't usually impose modifiers like that, unless it's narratively appropriate. But on the other hand, we're not doing strict combat. So you know what? Let's take a simple majority in the group, because I'm honestly split pretty 50-50. Who feels that the bear should have taken a difficulty modifier for that, and thus even a basic difficulty mod would mean he lost it. He only won out by a point there. And who feels that they shouldn't? He shouldn't have. Aye if the bear was legit. Nay if the bear was illegitimate. So nay.
Wait. How's this voting work?
Nobody understands because he's done it in a really stupid way.
I think some sort of small negative might have been fair under some sort of flanking, say, justification, as the bear was turneth around and has been strucketh.
You know what?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know what? In the interest of slight clarity, then, votes in Discord: pro-bear or anti-bear?
Where does anti-bear mean we...
Not clear, you shit. Just say difficulty modifier or no difficulty modifier.
Difficulty modifier or no difficulty modifier. I thought, are you in favour of the bear or not in favour of the bear?
We've already set the terms.
Yeah, either way, I will accept both pro and anti-bear and pro and anti-difficulty modifier and abstain as well.
Difficulty bear.
Right. I'm going to say difficulty modifier.
Alright, which I think brings us to... So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then a verbal from Benji. So that is 100% voter attendance. Congratulations, guys. Compulsory voting works. Although it does. Cool. So I count 1 pro-bear, 1 abstain, 1 anti-bear, 2 anti-bear, 2 pro-bear, followed by 3 anti-bear. So by a vote of 3 to 2 against the bear, with 1 abstain, it should have had a mild difficulty modifier. Almost any fair mild difficulty modifier would have meant the bear would have failed. So narrowly, the bear fails.
And the real truth comes out.
What?
Well, that
Real
you
truth
wanted
presumably
to,
being fuck that bear.
you were like you didn't want the modifier because even the smallest modifier would have tipped the scales in our favour.
I said that a couple of minutes ago, and we all know that the bear squeaks it on a 50. So
I know.
Like,
I
even
know,
if I applied a -5.
I know, but I'm still calling you out for it. You put me in the wanker's corner so much I lose track of the story, okay?
That's actually probably a pretty fair criticism, but I'm still not going to take it. I don't understand these memes, Carl. What is this man?
I could watch Ocelot twirl his guns all night.
What? That's not an Ocelot. That's
man knows how to twirl a gun.
Berry.
You see, it's a revolver
no
ocelot.
Yeah.
What? Ocelots are not made of revolver. They're made of meat. I should know.
Oh my god, Ollie, you're right. It is a slippery slope. He's already denying ocelots.
He's already denying ocelots.
What? I feel like there's context here. Alright, so all ocelots
Are you pro or anti-ocelot?
Me, I'm actually a big ocelot fan. I enjoy ocelots.
Yeah, I'm pro ocelot.
Yeah.
Votes in Discord.
We're not doing votes for or anti-Scree. Okay, so the bear is stunned, is what I'm saying here.
The bear has been knocked to the ground and stunned.
Do you knock him to the ground on level 1?
That's the way we've been doing it every other way, is they've all been knocked to the ground.
Sorry, it's just Roe says that the duration is doubled and the targets are knocked prone.
Huh.
So I think he's actually just stunned, which means with his forward momentum, he starts, ploughing a furrow through the snow as his feet stop working, but his body keeps moving. With to his side, albeit, significantly less fast, with to the side there, Yuhnbric likewise being stunned and going arse over face as his full-on run becomes a full-on stumble.
I temporarily...
Sorry.
What the fuck are you doing, Cat? Sorry, he's zoomies. So, Zanzarim, what do?
Get closer, shoot beam.
Yeah, that's fair.
If possible, sir. I am quite fast.
In the interest of expediency, I think. Young
I could come back and pick you up if you want.
Young Nicholas, please stop your fan blowing directly into your microphone. It's okay. It's almost worse than if it was super loud, because if it was super loud, it would be annoying, but, shut up. But it's just on the edge of hearing when you do it is the problem. So I don't notice it for minutes, but my irritation ticks up. And then I'm trying to work out, why am I so pissed off? No one's done it. Oh, it's the fan!
Sorry, I try to put it as far back so it doesn't...
No, to an extent, how are you supposed to know, right? Because it presumably doesn't register on your headphones, so,
I have no idea it's happening.
I'm annoyed, but it's not your fault, it's the fan, really. So you... so anywho, we're not going to penalise you for distance here, Creed. So declare spell rating and cast.
3. 89.
Luck.
That's no good numbers. I shall use a reroll. 35. Be a 1 degree pass. Oh, actually, with the skills. 2 degrees. Roll off willpower or in it again? Anyone remember?
Willpower.
Yeah, I think willpower.
Willpower for all magic.
2 degrees. Success. That. Next to Magios. You got any dodge?
No, he's
all
stunned.
stunned and such, isn't he?
He's skidding forwards through the snow, trying to work out what just happened.
Big fiery beam shoots him for 2.
right into the arse of the bear. He would scream were he not stunned as you
Well, now it's
blast.
the place where the sun does shine.
I'll kill you, Carl. In fact, no fucking what? Into the corner with you.
My God, it's not Ollie's corner anymore.
That corner's getting a lot of use this evening.
It really is. To be fair, they all deserve it.
It's a corner that gets around.
Wanker's corner gets around.
God, it sounds like something you'd
That's
find
so
at the back of a
grim. You're such a grim human being. What?
It's
No,
what
never
you
mind.
find at the back of a...
So, yeah, you as before, your mouth opens almost too wide, sunlight blasts out, expanding to you as the beam. God damn it. As the beam leaves your body. There is... What the fuck is that noise?
Do I hear Yoshi's?
I like to imagine that's the noise that emanates from his mouth. I posted the video further up.
Oh, alright. I think we're going with Creed's sound effect, which is great in my
Yeah.
mind.
Really,
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yes, so it's non-fire damage, I believe. Well, it's fire damage, but it's light damage, technically. So you don't
It's
actually...
fire damage, but it is also sunlight.
Yeah, so you don't actually necessarily set him afire, but the light itself critically sunburns the bear's ass.
words I didn't think I'd be hearing today.
God damn it, young Nicholas. I'll skin you. It's your go now, so tell us what to do, and then please, God, mute your microphone.
I'm going to just lunge at the thing, dive on its back, and just start tearing it to pieces with my claws. Just slash, 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 slash.
Okay, cool. That is going to be... I mean, that's your actual combat skill there, I would say, because that's a straight-up one-to-one fight. So, your combat training unarmed, strength plus style.
That is a success of 2 degrees, maybe? Rolling at 72 or under.
Your opponent is stunned. Roll damage.
Okay.
Even if he wasn't stunned, actually, he'd use his dodge.
Oh, only 7 damage.
It's actually soaked, I believe.
Wait, can I spend a stamina to increase this? I think I can.
Not after the roll, I don't think you can.
Spencer round either modified action on the turn or reaction.
Attention. Oh, what page are you on?
To page 15.
Page 15.
Power attack. Add an amount of damage equal to your melee attack, which is twice the stamina points spent.
Oh, you can spend after damage as well.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I'd like to power attack and spend 2, so I do an extra 4 damage.
I don't know if that means I can actually hurt things.
Presumably.
Play a cat in World of Darkness, Creed. They're fully capable of killing an adult human being if they strike first. So the combat system is fucking shite.
So that makes it a total of
Just have to get the jugular.
11 damage.
If you hit him in the foot hard enough, then it still works. 11 damage. Cool. And that is not soaked. Just work out some maths real quick.
And I'll jump. I'm going to stay on its back. I
That's
am
implied
just.
by your declared action, I believe.
Yeah, fair enough.
The bear misses its turn, which means it's stunned. Am I to gather that you all wish to gank the bear at this point?
Yes. Why would we gank the bear at another point? Because at that another point, the bear might, be up and trying to kill us.
It's on the floor stunned. Let's just beat the shit out of it.
Pile on the bear.
All right,
Hey guys, I don't
thing-
think this is morally or ethically appropriate. Like, maybe we
It's
should
the
do single
bear. It's not
combat.
sentient.
I'm
So,
sorry, what?
I mean-
Bears are sentient, they're not sapient.
Oh, sorry. Sapient, right.
But it is an animal, right?
So that
I'm
means
just a cat, so I'll be eaten. So
That means Nick's not then, because it's not sapient. It's
Hey, I'm not fussy. I'll eat either.
We could tie it up, drag it back with us.
Right, I'm gonna get up, dust myself off, and hit that bear over the noggin.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say is you've got the bear down to pretty low health. You're all like putting the boot in here, and it's paralyzed, or it was until the end of last session. Last turn order. So I think you have thoroughly. Here's what we'll do, not to remove agency here, because you'll pretty much kill this bear at this point. It's dead one way or another, and we can take half an hour to resolve that, or we can take 10 minutes. Would everyone just for your final action of the turn order, we'll call it 2 sentences or less, describe what is your contribution to murdering this bear? Starting with Yuhnbric.
I hit it over the head, and then I hit it over the head again.
Alright, so with Yuhnbric furiously laying into it with his wrench, bludgeoning down this way and that, really just twatting the shit out of this thing. Revere, what is your contribution to the murder of this innocent bear?
I'd like to put the grappling hook to good use and just sort of flail it at its back. Sort of
Damn it.
tear bits of skin off.
I'm getting such flashbacks.
This is for Skyrim!
For those of you who weren't, which is everyone apart from Benji, who weren't in Callum and Benji and I's very first foray, or I suppose second, I think, into Elder Scrolls Pen and Papers, for quite a long while there, Callum's go-to was the situation is becoming out of control. Better get out the grappling hook, throw it at someone and see what happens.
Oh, it works!
Also, all of the skooma.
You ever dangle
All
a
of the
child over the side of a building from a grappling hook in a hostage situation?
Not Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Cool, yeah. So Revere approaches from the rear and just starts rope darting not even rope darting, really, because that implies a degree of skill in shooting. He's just laying into it like it's an old school flail, swinging his grappling hook onto the bear, really whacking it, not frankly doing more than bruising its hind as Yuhnbric stuns the ever-loving crap out of this thing. But it's still contributing to a slowly decreasing pain threshold as you overwhelm the thing. Arnaulf, what is your contribution to murdering the bear?
The bear is on the ground, right? Being
Yes.
whacked at by my colleagues.
Yes.
Right, so I'm going to jump on to the bear's back, make my way to the back of the bear's head.
Sorry, in terms of jumping onto the bear's back, that's currently occupied by Catclop.
Okay, in which case I won't be jumping onto the bear's back. I'll be running round to where the bear's head is,
Yep.
and I'm going to be burying my axe sort of sideways along its jaw.
I'm beginning to feel a bit sorry for the bear, to be honest.
Oh, you should wait till you
No, in fact,
hear
I
what
won't
I'm
aim for the
gonna
jaw. I'm just going to pick one of the eyes, and I'm going to hit it again and again and again until there's no more eye.
We can take it down, but it takes a lot of effort to finally put the thing out of its misery.
The jaw's probably a slightly easier shot. Do remember that Yuhnbric's currently whacking it over and over again in the temple with his wrench. So
Okay, I'll go for the jaw then.
okay, so as listed then, yeah, no, you rush up, initially intending to get onto its back, but, you know, his cat pops up there riding around, and you come around, like, see if you can get it in the jugular, but you lay into the jawbone. You feel something crack, and your axe slides a little bit too far into the mouth, and then, because you've got the momentum up, you keep pushing. Maybe you can kill it, dislocate something, strike something vital. Oh god, I think it's screaming. Or you do.
I'd like to point out that I am now crying and saying, why wouldn't you cry?
We're all crying.
I think that's pretty valid. This is a...
I don't think I'm crying, I think I'm screaming.
It's children are watching.
Yeah, everyone who still has a functional conscience is crying. Conscious. Arnaulf, on the other hand. Arnaulf, fuck everyone because they once crossed me, maybe. Trying to mercy kill it with zero regrets in mind.
With zero.
A very weird dynamic there. Zanzarin, how, if at all, are you contributing to the murder of the bear?
I'm not particularly. I'm just somewhere nearby looking on menacingly. The creepy black cat licking my paw.
Whispering sweet nothings into its mind.
Almost terrifying. I don't think he really... Well, I suppose he can technically whisper. It'll still get loudly announced telepathically.
I'm not trying to play your character, just in my mind's eye, you're just there going, you matter for no one. You're a terrible bear.
Hello, it's I, Brian Blessed. I can't do the impression. Dowimbar. Oh, sorry, my bad. Catclop.
No, you had it right the first time.
I said it wrong the first time.
No, you said it right.
Wait, what did I say first time?
Said Dowimbar.
That's not your name.
It is.
You can change it if you like, but you should tell us before session. So, what are you doing there, Catclop?
I'm gonna... You know how polar bears break ice?
No.
With a catchy chat-up line?
I'll send you an image. Basically, I'm going to just slam down on its back, breaking its ribs, and then just rip and tear until, like, I've got through, like, the front of its chest.
Right.
I'm literally digging a hole through it.
Okay, yeah, no, you know exactly what you were describing. Well, it's going to take you a while. It'll hopefully be dead long before that, but noted. Which brings us on...
Can I shout at Yuhnbric to get out of the way?
Define shout.
Okay, can I loudly declaim to Yuhnbric to get out of the way?
I can't hear you over the tears.
You don't cry with your ears.
I think Yuhnbric is in a bit of a battle frenzy here, but sure, you can yell at him to get out of the way. Unfortunately, it's the bear's turn next, and the bear's first action is going to be to die. I'm just gonna go ahead and mark a big black X on the bear on the map.
You sure he doesn't have a dodge?
I mean,
he's trying.
It's supposed to dodge. Its tongue is currently filleted.
Maybe death?
I'll kill you, Wally. Unless you dodge death, because apparently scream. The bludgeoning and the slicing and the digging go on for significantly longer than the bear's screaming. Minutes pass by, and you realize that the ruined carcass in front of you has stopped moving. What do?
Are we the monsters?
Shut up! I need a trophy!
Yes, monsters you are.
I'm going to cut its head off, because I need a trophy.
I don't feel so proud of Skyrim.
Is the prisoner around?
It's a very good question. I think you left her over the bluff, where Yuhnbric...
I went back for her.
I'm trying to clean up more.
I think you said you were going to jump off of Catclop at one point, and we didn't still have you on there by the end, but I don't know if you said you were going to back for her specifically.
Not specifically.
It's a bit... you know what, let's... Because she had a window to escape, so I'll take an agility roll from you, Jomo, to see if you were on the ball enough there.
I would like to spend a luck point.
Does that give you a bonus in advance?
No, if you spend a luck point, you can effectively retcon small elements of the story to your favour.
Really? Is that a thing?
It actually is, yeah.
That's similar in Star Wars as well, I think.
Yeah, you can spend luck to alter plot points.
That's pretty cool. There's... God, what's it called? Is it Blades in the Dark that does that by default, I think? But you have, like, a limited amount, so you can retcon what you like, but you run out of retcons eventually, and then fuck your heist. What page we're looking at, Carl? Just my reference. Sorry, I see it. Characters may spend a luck point in order to modify the narrative in some way, such as retroactively remembering to purchase something that will be helpful for the party. Yeah, no, that's perfectly reasonable. You spend a luck point and sort of rushed over very slightly preemptively in order to make sure that she didn't really have a window to run. Like, she made a bit of an attempt, but stopped when she saw you were coming at her, knowing that you'd kill her. Or suspecting as such.
She's tied over with my rope, goddammit. I'm more interested in the rope than her, if I'm honest.
I mean, not invalid, it is your rope, I believe. Cool! Arnaulf, I think you wanted a trophy.
Yes, I'm going to take the head.
And you can take what remains of the head.
Yeah, take what remains of the head. It's the size that matters.
It's a big fuck-off head.
It is a big fuck-off head.
I'll take a strength check.
At any modifiers?
I'll give you a +10. You've got time to cleave away.
That is 58. That is 4 degrees of success.
Ooh, so the temples and indeed most of the skull cavity have been thoroughly caved in. You sliced the jaw in two horizontally. But after some moments of hewing, its head does come away, the spine having grown loose and slack, the cartilage wearing away. Not necessarily from your axe blow, though that's definitely contributed, but very much from the form of Catclop on the back, still digging a hole through the carcass. You haul the head up in front of you, looking at it satisfied, gazing into the ruined nothingness where the eyes used to be before Yuhnbric twatted them into oblivion. When you feel the head begin to grow lighter in your hands.
I was aware.
The fuck is this?
It shrinks, growing smaller and smaller and smaller, losing its Ursine features at the same time as the body likewise grows smaller, less bear-like.
And more cat-like.
Until the body eventually becomes a rather hairy and fairly dismembered at this point, as Catclop's had a thorough go of it, and is in fact, I think, still having a go at it.
No. Once it's dead, I stop.
Okay.
Didn't stop you last time.
Last time, there's reason behind it.
Question mark.
To a degree.
Continued question mark. So, the body shrinks, becoming a hairy, dishevelled, dismembered corpse of a human, potentially Nordic even male. The skull, it's difficult to tell. The wounds on a bear make it almost hard to identify the species. The wounds on a human leave you with a ruined half skull, its jawbone split in two and its tongue spilling out of its mouth, barely connected by the root of the meat to the front of its throat.
Was anyone else?
So we killed a man.
Sorry, what was
At least we
that?
can go.
Was anyone else aware of this?
It was my first suspicion the moment we encountered it, to be fair.
Quiet.
I knew we should have tied it up.
Put Ollie in the wanker's corner.
I mean,
And
I
realised
understand
where.
that. I understand that, Masakaji. It's kind of, it should have been kind of obvious from the fact that the damn thing was way too big to be a natural goddamn bear.
The whole ordeal gives you pause for thought.
Lord Zanzarim, I really don't think this is the time.
Into the wanker's corner with him as well.
I'm assuming that there are multiple drawbacks to being a werebear, correct?
Was that
Are you
supposed to be a
going to
pun?
eat this man?
Was that supposed to be a pun?
No, I'm genuinely asking, are there any drawbacks?
People will kill you on sight.
I think it's like a sign that you probably shouldn't eat it.
People, well, I mean, it's a bit late for that at this point. People will kill you on sight, and also your soul is promised to Daedroth, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sorry?
I'd like
To
to
be
clarify
promised to, it's not that.
immediately, I never said I eat it, I said I dig through it. I have not eaten or
You
bitten it.
used your teeth on him massively. Like,
With my claws digging! I never
He
said
didn't swallow. He didn't swallow.
for the record, John Nicholas, it's okay. This is actually, it's really easy to get infected by a werebeast. Fortunately, it's also both common knowledge and fairly simple to get cured. Lycanthropy takes 3 days to become permanent. All you need is a potion or scroll or anything of cure common disease in that time, and you will be totally 100% cured.
When we get back to Rorik's bed, and it's like, nah, mate, sorry, you're shit out of luck. And the nearest other settlement is, about 2.5 days away.
The wind, Catclop!
He is the fastest of you. The thing that's slowing him down is the rest of you. The issue wouldn't be the travel time.
Yeah, but he's the one who needs the cure.
Yeah, it would be him getting the potion of cure disease when he gets to wherever.
Well, the issue is, I can only talk in the current tongue, so I have to take the translator with me.
you could take Zanzarim. He doesn't really weigh much, so you could just have him on top of you, and you'd be fine.
I mean, if you think Zanzarim's not going to charge him for that.
Oh no, Zanzarim's probably going to charge him for that. I'm not saying that.
Anywho, whether you are infected or not is probably like up for debate, but you definitely wouldn't want to take the chance. There's another drawback. Yes, and as far as were animals go, werebears, not lore-wise, but at least in Skyrim, are portrayed as being significantly more likely to go murderously insane than, say, werewolves or most of the other were creatures as well.
Ah, I see, okay.
If I became a werebear, would I become a big bear or an adorable teddy bear?
More like a terrifying teddy bear. But yeah, you would scale up according to your size.
During the day, the cuddle cafe. During the night, the horror show.
I don't know.
It's the perfect circus.
I don't know what her scene would have to say about a werebear the size of a greyhound.
I mean, if we both become werebears, we should become a werebear party, right?
Yes. Actually,
apart from the fact that two of us are culturally compounded to kill you on sight.
All of everyone is, in fact. No one likes were creatures. Tess's fairly surprisingly logical but still quite harsh justification is it's really easy to get cured, it's really common to get cured, and were creatures, at least in some incarnations, persist mostly on sapient flesh. If you are a were creature, outside of some extenuating circumstances, you probably were okay with it. There are definitely exceptions to that, like the classic is, I couldn't get to somewhere in time, but that's also the excuse that literally everyone gives.
Okay.
And your
point is, don't eat cursed flesh.
Cool.
It's not good for you.
So, what do?
We should probably go back to the steading and tell them that they've got a were problem.
I mean, they just think we just killed a guy.
Well, yeah, but I presume they know everyone who lives around here. It's kind of a not even one-horse town. I think they mostly have cows.
That's very true. The slight issue you might have is the corpse is almost totally unidentifiable. You've thoroughly wrecked its face.
Yeah, but even if it was someone who lives here, then they'll know about it when that one person doesn't turn up, and they'll go, "Oh, that guy was clearly the were." And if it wasn't someone from around here, well, they know everyone from around here, so they probably won't care.
Yeah. Also, I'm assuming that the amount of blood that's there after the mauling we gave it probably outdoes the amount of blood that's in a human body compared to, like, a gigantic beast.
Yes.
Are you saying it's either a werebear or a don't care bear?
Yes,
all right.
yes, I am.
It's not technically a pun, so you're safe, but I'm not happy. For the record, Nicholas, if you recall, when you found it, it had just, like, torn a small field of cows apart, at least 3 or 4 of the fuckers. So it was covered in way too much gore as was.
Yeah. It's either going to be they don't care or it was a were. So like I say, let's head back to the steading.
Someone's going to be like, why is that the head of my son? My last heir to the throne.
Yeah, before we head back, I've got an empty vial. I'm going to fill it with were blood.
Just like take a sip when you need to change, then get it cured.
That's actually not how that works, I'm afraid. Not that Jomo would know this, but from a meta point of view, your first rampage is always completely out of control.
Oh.
So you sit there and stand back. Everyone else stands back.
You don't target it. You might... I think Carl's probably imagining more poisoning someone with it. Sorry, what was that, Creed?
I'm also going to go up to Jomo and lightly headbutt his leg in apology.
Oh, yeah.
This one could never stay mad at you. Come here.
If you pick him up and force-feed him the wereblood...
Zanzarim's
the cutest bear.
I call him a death bear. Oh, God. Okay, cool. Jomo, add 1 vial of werebear blood to your inventory. Actually, Callum, lore check. How does were blood keep? Is that a thing?
I mean, I think it keeps like blood. I don't think it has it congeals.
Cool, so it will eventually rot then, Carl.
Like, it's snowy out right now. I'm gonna try and pack as much snow around the vial as possible.
It's it's a disease. It's just like having kind of fluey blood.
That's fair. So you can consider it to have a timer on it then. I mean, you're right, it is snowy, so assuming you're able to leave it in the snow wherever you happen to be staying in any circumstance, you've maybe got a couple of weeks. Barring magical preservation, and I actually can't think what's relevant there from the standard spell list.
In snow.
Anything anyway.
You know what I actually probably do have in Skyrim, though, is black pudding. So
Oh god.
you could theoretically have it preserved.
We here at Skyrim News have heard of a terrible spate of poisonings in Rorikstead, linked to the local black pudding supply.
Jesus, yeah, we solved the werebear problem, but we put the blood in the ale, so... cool, and after that, the rest of you all gather up. Are you taking the head, or are you leaving it here?
I mean, we need to kind of take something, so I guess we could take the head.
Yeah, why not?
I don't see how we're going to sell this to the companions in any way.
Well, I think, like, once they hear that the bear attacks have stopped, once we visited, it shows that we did the thing. Not that the cats care.
I mean, we could try our best. I'm just
definitely
thinking.
downplay our involvement as well.
Definitely. I think we did a lot of damage to it.
I was just thinking walk in, throw a head on table might not be the best approach.
We killed the bear, presents severed human head.
There's a story behind this, and it's quite a good one.
So, you'll begin walking back to the tavern with your trophy in hand, your vial in snow and backpack, and I think that was about it, actually. Let me just double check what the inn was called here, because I do not remember. To the UASP wiki!
Rorikstead Inn?
No, it's Frostfruit Inn.
Okay.
Yeah, take that. How dare you question the UESP wiki? We ain't no Elder Scrolls Wikia chubs? What the hell does... in that context? People inside the inn are thoroughly silent as you approach. The sound of singing has quietened down, I suppose it quieted before you left when they first heard the bear screams. Even the fire seems dampened within. People wait with bated breath inside to see if they're about to get massacred by whatever it is that's stomping towards them. Fortunately for the population of Rorikstead, what's currently stomping towards the Frostfruit Inn, where its people have gathered for drinking and safety in equal measure, is in fact Catclop. Exactly what he sounds like, yes. That is the cadence with which he walks. And as you throw open the door, who's in first?
Can I be in first? Just to add to the dramatic pause.
So you throw open the door. The only thing immediately visible, Jomo presumably having been off to the side so he can engineer maximum drama, is a small cat, leading everyone to blink slightly, often one eye at a time, because they're still quite drunk.
Can I be in next? To further the confusion.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
I can go in next with my beer.
I mean...
You're probably doused in blood at the moment as well.
I actually am.
Yeah,
I mean, they want us to be doused in blood.
Yes, but how different does he look to a bear to scare villagers?
That's very
It's
true.
also true.
Maybe Revere should go next.
Yeah, I'll go next.
I think Yuhnbric actually called it, so... Zanzarim strides in, then Yuhnbric kind of slips in after him, and then Revere, and then by dribs and drabs, Jomo, Dribby and Drabby as they can be with only 2 people, Jomo and Arnaulf, and then after them, when everyone's feeling like, oh god, they came back, comes Catclop, causing a slight followed by people realizing, oh, it's just their pet Sabertooth, I guess? Some people have the worst things. Young Nicholas, your fan.
Shit. I'm trying to protect the microphone with my chair right now.
Moralki, the innkeep behind the bar, stares at you wide-eyed, and it's not until after Catclop has filed in that he fully registers, what's actually happened here. My god, you've done it! You've killed the bear!
I put a finger up. A bowl of your spiciest porridge, please.
He blinks. Wait, I'll be more than happy to get you one in a moment, but I want to hear all about it. Was it how big is it in the flesh? What do you have the head? Do you have the pelt?
Can I also raise my hand to porridge?
So, about the whole pelt thing, and, the whole bear part of this bear hunt.
Oh, yeah, no, the pelt on that thing's huge. It must be worth a fortune.
I'm just going to start quietly weeping into my paws.
So, did any of you have any... how to phrase this? Has there been any were activity in the recent area?
I don't know what you mean. There's where activity. Well, we're here. That's where we are.
No. I mean the foul abominations of the Daedra made flesh in the minds of man. Those wares.
I
transform into animals. Generally cunts.
Here's and there's.
Werewolves? No, not in this. We're a good 8 divines household.
I'm not suggesting that you yourself have been, involved in it. It was more the case of, have there been any in the local area or within the hold that you know of?
No, not that I can think of. No, we've got old Uncle Ursus patrolling the village most nights.
Old Uncle whom, sorry?
I give Yuhnbric a very nervous look.
This old Uncle Ursus, he wouldn't happen to be a very hairy man, would he?
I know, great big hairy man is old Uncle Ursus. Why?
Does he have any distinguishing features on his face, by any chance, that might, be recognisable if his face was to, say, receive several large impressions with an axe?
Oh, no, he's got a dirty great birthmark right on his forehead.
Excuse me for just 1 second, my friend. Can I just pop outside?
Sort of turn around into a team huddle situation.
Okay, did anybody check the forehead?
He thinks we should just say he went down to Helgen for a while.
I really regret letting Carl play it because it's I'm calm.
Perfect.
It is too perfect. He's far too good at it. Sorry, carry on.
Uncheck the head surreptitiously, if they wouldn't mind.
Surreptitiously, and its forehead was annihilated. Sorry, that sounded a bit bitchy. Its forehead was annihilated long before it transformed back, I'm afraid.
I burst into more tears.
Yeah, Yuhnbric really did a fucking number on that thing.
Yes. The bear was not exactly a bear.
You say, leaving the group huddle.
The Greek puddle.
Moralki looks at you wide-eyed. You mean that was a saber-tooth?
Oh, more... it was a Daedric monstrosity.
A Daedric?
In the form of a man.
Oh no, I know these. What are they called? God, no, I've forgotten in real life. The more like battle lads?
I'm just going to say it's a werebear. No, actually, no, I wouldn't know, actually.
A Dramora? It's a Dramora? I didn't think they made such big noise.
No, it's...
Invertedly. Shut up, Beth.
I regret to inform you, in this trying time, that old Uncle Ursus has presumably, at this point, passed on to the next life.
You mean the Dramora got him?
No.
Looks like it.
More that, from the evidence, you say he patrolled the village and went round after dark?
Aye, less so since the bear started coming around, obviously, but you can't expect him to be in two places at once, and that thing's dangerous.
Yes, I highly suspect, going off the available evidence, and some other available evidence, that, in fact, Great Uncle Ursus was, in fact, your bear, because what we killed, 5 meters full fury it was, turned out to be a were. A werebear, in fact, and when we killed it and cut off its head, we found this. I'd like to toss the head into the centre of the room.
Let me just speedily make a little test here.
Revere takes a step back.
Yuhnbric starts full on sobbing into his hands, doing that, that Rick and Morty thing where they get into the car and start.
Yeah, that's.
You know, I'm not unhappy that everyone's having weirdly realistic combat responses first, but like, I don't know why this was the fight that made everyone go, brutality was really horrible, actually.
It died so hard and so slow.
They did.
You murdered someone on the way here.
We also
Yeah,
did
but
that.
it was quick.
I'd say it was Dead Man's boots, but you literally started on stealing his
Oh, I
boots
still
before
need to
he
put
was
those on.
dead.
That's very true.
Okay, yeah, no, Moralki actually holds his stomach as he... Wait. You've murdered old Uncle Ursus.
I start backing out as well.
We've not only killed him, but we've killed the bear that's been destroying your village. I think you'll find they were one and the same.
I don't see how that could possibly be.
Tell them they can go look at the signs of our battle at the farm.
You can go look at the signs of battle up at the farm to ascertain that we haven't somehow hidden a giant 5-meter tall bear corpse.
I take a deep sniff in and steady myself. I step forward and I talk to the barkeep. Why would we murder a man we've never met before tonight? Why would we lie to you about this? We have killed the bear and it turned into this. What other possible reason could we have for lying? It was quite traumatic. And I think you not to question us.
I don't know, maybe you wanted to steal his boots or something. Why would you do this?
I show all of us wearing boots.
I'm in the
Quite-
process
quite-
of changing boots.
Quite frankly,
Just cuts them to you.
Just
Making
use yourself.
it the dead man.
I think you've made a very good argument from various people, yourself included, definitely here, Benji, as conversational lead. I will take a persuade roll from someone, with, I'm not fussed who, with a +10 for Benji's fairly cogent arguments and attempts to be tactful. I say attempts. You were pretty tactful. You're just speaking to someone who's thick as balls.
My persuasion is 27, so
I'm on 43. Anyone else got better?
Nope.
Is that including the buff?
No, that's not including my buff.
If it's not including the buff, then beat me. Oh wait, no, base is +10 or 0, isn't it?
Depends on if you have a
Or
train.
novice.
Novice is +10.
Oh, then I'll be rolling on a
Novice.
60.
Okay, Carl should do it then.
No, novice is +0. Apprentice.
jumping around as as he's getting.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Right.
I didn't try and put on the boots of him.
If novice is +0, then it's 50. So, I think Benji still wins out.
Hit you by 3 points, I think.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I believe.
I'm going to luck roll that. Woohoo! So 4 degrees of success.
You plow forwards, and for a little while, Moralki just doesn't get it. He's having trouble processing what you did to old Uncle Ursus. But eventually, you do manage to get it clear to him.
It don't matter if you believe us, because quite frankly, we weren't contacted by you to kill this thing. We were contacted by someone else. So after we leave and the bear attacks stop, you're going to have to accept the fact that the 2 incidents are probably related.
He does eventually, reluctantly and unfortunately, come round to your point of view that either, worst case scenario, old Uncle Ursus was somehow inexplicably tied to these bear attacks. Or he, in fact, was the bear himself.
Dun dun dun.
Moralki seems browbeaten, but eventually he does calm down enough to... I thank you. We'll give him such burial as we can.
You mean bear real?
I mean,
Did you say that in character?
quickly. Away with that, son of a bitch. Ollie, get back in the wanker's corner.
You know what? No, I don't.
Yeah, Moralki looks at you there, Yuhnbric, as you attempt to cope with humour, and just... I'm afraid I'm not in the mood.
Man has died! Read the room!
Yeah, everyone's looking at Yuhnbric thoroughly aghast.
Even Domimbar is.
Now, I'm gonna weirdly jump to Ollie's defense here. Usually these jokes from Ollie are 100% like, what the fuck are you doing? But in this context, he's only spent a lot of time freaking out. That was very obviously a super awkward coping mechanism. So, it is at least in character justified. Still tasteless as balls, but it makes sense. Oh dear. Yeah, so Moralki's emotionally devastated, but he'll like sign an affidavit, or whatever you need him to show to the companions that you've dealt with this. Otherwise, what can he do for you? I don't think they had rooms, did they?
I would like to jump on the bar and meow hungrily.
I would like a bowl of spicy porridge.
I too would like a bowl of spicy porridge.
Will say, while the rest of them get fed, I should probably go, or multiple people of us should probably go with representatives from the village to make sure we don't steal anything. Should go and investigate Uncle Ursus's dwelling to check that there's not anything untoward in there involving, Daedra worship.
Turns out he's a brony.
It's a surprisingly cogent plot point. So who's staying for porridge, and who's going off on the investigation mission?
I'll go for losing.
Votes in the Discord.
All right.
Pro porridge or pro investigation?
Yeah, both votes in Discord, pro porridge or pro... I don't want to say loot, because you're taking villagers with you, but... Pro or anti-porridge?
I'll say anti-porridge for me.
Okay. Is that a slight shock from Fabs at anti-porridge? I heard.
Of course.
Do I come across as particularly in lust for porridge? Do I come across as Wallace from Wallace and Gromit? Except
How
for
can
porridge?
anyone be anti-porridge?
Yeah, who doesn't love porridge? Who's not greedy for the porridge?
I must admit, I do prefer bran flakes. But
it's the chunky nectar of the gods.
I sometimes feel like I don't even know you, Benji.
Anything becomes porridge with enough milk.
That's very true.
I mean, rice pudding is just kind of porridge.
Oh,
rice instead of oats.
I love my rice pudding, to be fair.
Innocent about that sentence.
Okay, so Jesus Christ. So I make it by Discord votes and Benji's insistence on using his right to a vocal vote. He said neggingly. I make it Revere, Yuhnbric. Just Revere and Yuhnbric staying for porridge with a devastated Moralki.
Yes, I amend mine.
did you? I actually don't see yours. Oh, yeah, no, you did say Luke. Cool. And then, other than that, along with, we'll say Eric, the innkeep's son, and several villagers, it looks like it's Team Khajiit and Arnaulf going off to old Uncle Ursus's shack.
Yes, to definitely not steal anything.
You do have a small crowd of, say, 5 or 6 villagers plus Eric, the innkeep's son.
Yeah. We are Khajiit.
Sweet. Who's keeping the prisoner, just for my reference?
Back on my back, I guess.
Looks like Jomo's leaving her with Yuhnbric.
Okay.
Just casually tie the prisoner to Yuhnbric.
Like round the waist, or do you tie it around his forehead? No. So Meralki, just before we go then, Meralki does, would you, like some for your bandit friend there?
Yes.
Should probably feed this one, yes?
She's not eaten in some days, yes. So she nods frantically.
Really
Wait, no, she's Empire.
Talk, though. Although I guess you can just dismiss it as the ramblings of a desperate bandit.
Exactly. They'd say anything. And who would believe such a fantastical tale? Thumuse, the niece of General Tullius, just
So,
beggars belief.
The rest of you bugger off, and then Meralki brings over some porridge, 3 bowls, sets one down in front of Yuhnbric, one down in front of Revere, and one more down in front of... God, what was her name? Let me consult my things.
Slave don't need no name.
Lorenia Tullius.
I asked the barkeep, what's the strongest alcohol you have? Perhaps I don't know.
I think probably mead is the strongest he's likely to have.
Give me your
mead.
mead.
Watch this so far.
I asked the barkeep for his strongest mead.
Yeah, he pours you a small mug. I'm sorry, I'd give more, but old Uncle Ursus was such a pillar of the community. I don't know what we're going to do without him. School's definitely right off, I'll say that.
Alas, we barely knew him.
Oh.
The innkeep takes one look at you and just like
Revere slowly puts his head in his hand.
the mead away from you, walks away.
Why would you do that?
This is how I cope.
And this is how I cope, says Meralki as he necks your mead from behind the bar.
Cheers. Oh, nothing to drink.
Nothing but porridge.
So, Lorenia looks at the two of you expectantly. She's still got a gag in.
I pull the gag out. Faz just went,
Oh my. So, that's actually really dark in context.
Yeah, it's a silk gag.
Even out of context, it's still pretty dark.
Hey, some people just enjoy that sort of thing, alright?
No,
Why
certainly.
to shame people?
Thank you.
Oh my god, too much. Fabs knows we're recording, right?
I'm not shaming anyone. I'm just slightly scared of the thought of Fabs being the person to do that sort of stuff. It's always the ones you least suspect that would be the most terrifying.
I know, you thought she was doing it to herself. Oh no.
You ever walked in on Ollie naked and hogtied?
No, and I don't want to. Why do you think I was so afraid of the thought of it?
That's why they had all the leather.
Oh dear, I did not need to hear that wistful sigh. So, Lorenia, would you prefer to spoon feed me, or do I dip my face?
You gotta stop making that noise, Fabs.
You really do.
Gently sort of raise the bowl up. In the face.
She's not eaten in some days. She's perhaps a tad proud, but, the food takes priority, yeah. She gulps down the spicy porridge. It's too hot, in both senses of the word, but it's something, and she honestly just needs that in her system right now. Ah, thank you, says the Imperial begrudgingly.
Let's gag her up again, boys.
You shush now.
She actually leans away from that, and then sort of casually tries to yell to the barkeep. They're Stormcloaks! Rebels! I'm an Imperial officer! Would you like
What's a Stormcloak?
Can you just sort of push the bowl up so she's just getting porridge? Muffled porridge.
I think she's just necked the porridge, actually. But we'll let Yuhnbric roll I'll take a strength, I guess, to get the gag back in.
Yeah, I don't make that.
She has time to yell out to the barkeep. They're Stormcloaks! I'm an Imperial officer! Report this to my uncle, General Tullius in Solitude. Please, a healthy reward. And at that point, you manage to get the gag back on her, and she kind of goes along with it.
I pat her on the shoulder with a sad and understanding look. I have no idea who this person is.
The barkeep eyes the two of you very suspiciously, as does every other peasant in the pub.
Bandits, right?
She's, You said she was a bandit?
Well, yeah. They say anything to get out of these.
I know, that's very fair. Just to double-check speedily, how do you feel about Ulfric Stormcloak?
I turn...
May I suggest you both lie?
Where?
I turn to Revere. How do I feel about...
The Meralki likewise turns to Revere.
Ulfric Stormcloak? Well, he's,
If you say he makes some good points, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Now, I've heard some good things and some bad. Not much bad. Lot of good.
I think what my friend is trying to say here is Ulfric is not someone we support. I grab his
The innkeep looks between the two of you. I see that.
He's... when we say support, he's not someone we support right now, in a recruited sense.
If I were to say Skyrim is further, would you say... I see. Meralki goes back to very aggressively polishing a mug. Well, that all seems in order from my point of view, then. That's fine. Yep.
Wait, have we just fucked up? Well, actually, has Callum just fucked us over?
Every other peasant in the pub, likewise, very deliberately not paying any attention to you.
Just, instinctual there, just calm myself down.
I look at the barkeep, but isn't Skyrim really for everyone?
I don't know what you mean. I personally feel like the Stormcloak Rebellion makes some good points and such.
Do you really?
Oh no, he fainted!
What sort of good points?
Well, Skyrim is for the Nords, I suppose. You can roll perception on that if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll. Wait, I've got shit perception.
I've got 34. I'll roll
There's
perception.
probably a skill that goes along with that. Let me have a look.
Bullshit detector.
Yeah, I'll take investigate over perception at a plus 20 from whoever.
Well, we ain't got that, so let's give it a go. Hey! 1 degree of success.
You are very used to the familiar rhythms of an emphatic, impassioned Skyrim is for the Nords. That was not a passionate Skyrim is for the Nords.
That seemed a little weak, my friend.
Yeah, Skyrim's for the Nords, isn't that right, lads? Oh no, yeah, Nords, says several of the locals at a nearby table. None of them sound even slightly enthused. You also notice at least one very obvious Breton there.
You know, I'm not really sensing much eager energy for Skyrim in this room here.
Just waiting for someone to point out that he's a Khajiit.
We're going to come back and everyone's going to be dead.
Where's the love?
He does have a very signature Dawn Star accent.
Okay, yeah, I suppose the accent.
Oh, well, our love is for Skyrim.
So...
and Uncle Ursus used to be, but, you know.
Yeah, well... Yeah, I can sense a bit of grief when I can see it, you know.
Yeah, no, really, we're just coping with that.
Probably a true proud Nord, eh?
I'm a very true and proud Nord.
You might say, Skyrim is for the Nords.
Aye, yeah, no, we're all proud sons of the Skyrim here.
I turn to Revere and I whisper in his ear. What's a Nord again?
You know, you understand what a Nord is, but in a very stereotypical, horrible way.
Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. That question isn't set in character.
They're like I guess in your era, they're like the savages that live above ground.
The savages.
You're literally the above ground savages.
Yeah, they're literal, like, Conan the Barbarian stereotype. They're not that different in the 4th era, honestly, but...
Yeah, that's very true, to be honest.
They're less genocidal.
Marginally.
Well, they're less genocidal mostly because they've done the genociding they were going to do.
Their genociding gene turned off when they hit a certain kill limit.
God, that... strong feelings. Cool. So, what's your end goal here, Callum? Because I can't tell if you're trying to get them to declare loyalty to Ulfric Stormcloak, or if you're just trying to work out if you should murder everyone in Rorikstead.
I mean, it was the former, but it's leaning more towards the latter now.
Okay. Define leaning, because we're, like, I don't think we've necessarily got, like... There's only less than a minute left of the session, by my clock, so we're not going to switch over to the other party. Do you feel like you're going to start next session by murdering everyone?
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do.
No, please don't.
Situation.
I'll reach in, grab a knife, take it out, slam it point first into the table. So, let's talk about Ulfric Stormcloak, hero of Skyrim.
Alright, that sounds like a pretty good fucking point to leave it for next week.
Yeah, just a bit.
You're going to have to write down that exact line Callum used as a reminder.
Alright, so yeah, first, reminders for next week. First up, open brackets, knife, stabbed into table, close brackets. Let's talk about Ulfric Stormcloak, hero of Scrim.
I like to think after that you get the Always Sunny theme music playing.
the gang murders Rorikstead.
Because there are families that aren't at the pub. Just so you're aware. It's actually... I usually would say you're not going to be able to murder an entire town, but Rorikstead isn't that big. If you did it well enough, you could conceivably kill everyone here.
I must admit, I'm enjoying...
Children, too.
I'm enjoying Revere as quite the straight man, except for when it comes to blind nationalism.
The tables really turned on who was in trouble there very fast. Any other reminders for next week?
I have a bowl of spicy porridge in my hands.
Investigating old Uncle Ursus's house with the help of villagers.
And Khajiit.
Yes, and the Khajiit. Well, we just assumed with the Khajiit there that you were gonna, do various things.
It's a little racist.
Yeah, but I'm a Nord. That's what we do.
We'd be racist.
I mean, yeah. Have you met most Nords?
Nicholas, you were going to say a thing?
Yes, a reminder for werebear cure.
Yes, that's a very good point.
Are we likely all infected?
No, it would have to scratch you. Or you would have to get some of its body matter into your mouth somehow.
Hello.
And, frankly, even if Catclop didn't bite it, which I was picturing him doing, but to be fair, he wasn't. His mouth was probably still open, and even if he was trying to be careful, you were bludgeoning the werebear skull right next to him and definitely weren't. It is not bad practice to, after you've fought a were creature, just take a potion of cure disease in case. It's fairly typical for lycanthrope hunters of any stripe. Catclop wants to... So, I mean, depends how worried you are, Yuhnbric. You wouldn't... you won't know if you're infected, I don't think, until after... No, on day 3, because it's like a regular fever, and then you realise, but by that point you need to get one now or you're fucked. Catclop wants to... get a potion of cure common disease in case lycanthropy. Cool. Any other reminders for next week? I'm going to put Lorenia snitched.
That might not matter, depending on what happens.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
She successfully snitched. Short of murdering everyone in the room, she's 100% just told them, and...
Yeah, exactly. Short of murdering everyone.
How many people are in this room exactly?
Maybe 8 villagers and Moralki.
Well, we could see.
They are, unfortunately for them, only villagers. They're probably a little bit hench due to being farmers, but fighters they ain't. And unarmed brawler specialists they ain't.
I mean, are they really going to listen to a bandit prisoner anyway?
They don't super believe that she's a bandit.
That she's a bandit, but equally it's possibly one of those things of it's more than their job's worth.
She's not wearing the Legionnaire armor anymore.
No, but they put in, Moralki put in a very cursory attempt to, just make sure that definitely wasn't an Imperial officer, and all evidence given indicated that it's probably an Imperial officer. Or at the very least, that it's someone who's been captured by the Stormclag.
You are sketchy fucking people.
Who gave sketchy answers.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other reminders for next week? No? Shred. Feedback. Anything you liked, anything you disliked, anything you'd like to see more of or less of next time.
I think it was a well-rounded session in terms of stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad to hear. I know we were a little bit off kilter towards the start there, but I tried to rein the combat in so that we didn't spend too long in structured time. And I super appreciate everyone working with me on let's do combat every now and then, but let's not do super detailed structured combat, and it takes 2.5 sessions to get a single fight done.
One thing I would like to point out that I really enjoy is we have absolutely no idea which NPCs are aligned to Stormcloaks versus Empire. Everyone we met is just on a knife edge.
The Civil War's currently on a knife edge. Ulfric is still missing. No one knows if, the Stormcloak Rebellion is currently incipient, but no one wants to super declare for the Stormcloaks, because the rebellion might already be over, or it might be about to divide the entire country in two. But I'm glad that it's suitably tense. I'm trying to convey that.
Revere's here to just rip those tensions right open.
It's pretty much you and, not Vignar Greymane, but the other Greymane, whose first name I forget, who are out there waving the stormclag. Stormclag?
Stormclag.
Waving
the great stormclag.
Waving the stormclag flag from the walls of wherever.
That's Stormclag, to be honest.
I'm not calling them the Stormclags. Such a terrible name.
It rolls off the tongue, though.
It
Join
does.
the Stormclag, son.
Stormclag.
Hello?
We have ale and porridge.
My name is Ulfric Stormclag. This is my sigil. It's a blue background with a bowl of sticky porridge on the front. Nice and claggy, that's what I say. Skyrim is for the clan. Anywho,
they added too much milk to me and I became porridge.
Yeah, unfortunate. Any other feedback? No?
I liked how what's his I can't remember his name, old Uncle Ursus.
Old Uncle Ursus.
Ursus, that's it. Like I do like when you get those little twists of like, oh, that was a dude. Like people cared about him.
I like it. Real brutal. Like.
I don't know if you picked up, but he was the local teacher. He ran the school.
Yeah, school's
he
out
ran the
now.
School. Yeah, but you know what? He was aware.
He was
so
aware.
We didn't have to give a shit.
It's very true. I also personally love the idea of a villager who understands what a Dremora is, but not a werebear. Oh dear. Cool. No, I'm
elemental beings you can summon with spells.
Dremora are the big 90s demon-looking lads.
Oh, okay.
They wear full Daedric.
Mm-hmm. I think I know which ones you're
Yeah,
about,
you know the ones. Cool. I was really terrified that you weren't going to meet the werebear. Like, I set him up, and then you went off on this whole side thing with not joining the companions and meeting up with this bard and trying to get into the Stormcloaks, and then you ended up seeing the werebear anyway, so... Hey, okay. And everyone calling it's a werebear, and I think other than one drunken slip-up, me desperately trying to pretend it wasn't a werebear last session, even though it very obviously was. At 5 meters tall in werebear-infested Skyrim. It's normal.
Right, they just grow big around here. They're growing lads.
Big bones, you know?
It's a regular bear that was grown by giants. Cool. Narrative. Anything anyone was narratively unsure of in that session? Is everyone following the plot?
We committed a horrific murder, and we're all kind of...
Commit some more.
Time to hand in some quests and join the Stormcloaks, question mark?
Oh, how the turntables.
Looks like the hand is on the other foot.
Do you think they'll make me a little set of Stormcloak armor if I join?
Probably, yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, as mascots go, with the exception of Jomo, you and Catclop are probably a pretty decent combo. An adorable tabby cat that wields spells in the name of Skyrim, and a massive tame Sabertooth. That's a good aesthetic right there.
It looks like 2 stones are in one bird now.
Cool. Let's do some XP.
Oh, Fab said like, it's wrong to call it cute, or like, it was just the funniest thing. I showed her, I don't know why, the actual intro to Skyrim the other day.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, that's how it looks. I've only ever seen it with Thomas the Tank Engine. I was like, the game's been out for like 11 years.
Just as it should be played.
If you could convey to her my disappointment.
She can hear.
Fabs, I'm disappointed in you. Cool. Plot progression. Does anyone feel that you all made any plot progression this session?
We killed a school teacher. If that's not plot progression, I don't know what
We killed the bear.
Cool. Any other plot progression?
We're possibly going to turn a village either into loyal converts or into dead bodies.
That's more potential plot progression, though. We don't know how this is actually going to go. It could go really badly for us.
It's going to progress the plot one way or another.
I progressed the ability to possibly become a werebear.
That's not a plot. Okay, cool. So, character development. Does anyone feel like they developed their character this session?
I developed a curse.
I shot some laser beams.
Yuhnbric developed PTSD.
I've really done any combat before, but it's not much.
I don't know if the combat stuff counts there, I don't think. But the PTSD, actually...
Yeah, the PTSD and finding his core later in life. Arnaulf discovers what it's like to be reasonable.
I'm gonna add Jomo to that as well, for also freaking out, and he was only tangentially involved, but Yuhnbric and Jomo get PTSD. Arnaulf is now party face? ? Any other character development this session? Cool. Okay.
I think we maybe saw the tiniest bit of restraint on Callum's side when it came to, not saying Skyrim's for the Nords. I think
he said it immediately. The first time he
Yeah, it lasted for all of 10 seconds.
And rapidly escalated into, I will commit as many war crimes as I have to if Skyrim becomes for the Nords, he said, murderously. Excellence of role-playing. Does anyone feel like anyone else role-played particularly well this session?
Creed's meow.
Yes, Jesus Christ.
All the points for Creed's meow.
If you don't give us 4 points just for that, I'm going to be disappointed.
Can you do it again, Creed?
Meow.
It's so wonderful. I love this image of a deep, throaty meow accompanied by a laser blast.
I just want to clarify once more that there is a comma between those words.
Is there?
I don't know.
Dear.
I really don't know. Is that Basie?
Excellence of role-playing. Does anyone have any other nominations to throw out there?
Benji's attempt at being as tactful and polite about the situation as possible was quite well done.
Yeah, that's fair. And I think we've all been calling it an attempt, but credit to Benji, he actually did stay tactful and polite the entire time this session. Like, in a bit of a neg here, but in an atypically Benji fashion, his patience didn't run out at any point with the thick NPC. So that never progressed to, your uncle's dead and I'm not sorry. Which
he didn't punch the barkeep in the back of the head.
He didn't punch. He even took measures to make sure that he was going to be to prevent looting of the uncle's belongings thereafter.
If anything, that is character progression.
I think we noted that, didn't we? Yeah, Arnaulf is now party face. Yeah, no, that was noted under character development.
Fair enough, yeah.
I think Callum's roleplay once more with the that's not very not a lot of energy in that. Can you have that again, please?
I slide into extremism and picks up speed.
If I say Skyrim's for the, what did you say?
So, if I say the following word, what pops into your head the first time? Skyrim.
Yes.
If I say Skyrim, you say
North.
Yeah, we could start the next session on a much more positive note.
Oh no, it's going to be a bloodbath. We all know it.
Cats get back and there are banners.
I really like that in 1 second it went from us being like, we're in danger, to the barkeep being like, I'm in danger.
Guys, don't you see? You never called Revere when he punched people deservingly, so now he's just punching everyone all the time, and also he has dragons. Okay, cool, so I make that out to be 170 experience points for session number 8. That's 20 points for plot progression, killing that school teacher. 20 points character development. Yuhnbric and Jomo get PTSD, and Arnaulf is now the party face somehow, which is worrying because he does not forgive grudges. 30 points for excellence of roleplay.
It's a grudging.
Which is the full 20 standard for Creed's deep meow. It's just beautiful. I'm loving all the voices this time as well. I still feel like Carl's tactical Khajiit voice is devastating.
It's a shame we can't get it in 40k, but
yeah, just be a bit racist in 40k.
Maybe he could play a fell in it.
No, I mean, it's honestly dodgy enough in Elder Scrolls, but at least it's impersonating the games in Elder Scrolls. Benji stays tactful and polite, and Revere's slide into extremism picks up speed, so you got the bonus XP for the double whammy on the end there. Plus your standard hundreds general.
So I've got 1100 XP to spend before next session to stay alive in this upcoming bar fight.
It doesn't have to be a bar fight. However, let's.
It doesn't have to be, but it is going to be. You know,
I mean, I know, but I'm allowed to dream. Let's just stay on topic rather than go straight on to XP spending, because that's extra session stuff, technically.
To confirm, that's 170, yeah?
Yes. Cool. I don't know why, but I have a... Oh, no, I think it's a phrase. Fair. I had a random note at the bottom of my GM sheet. Cool, so that means it's time for everyone's favourite part of the session. It's the highlights. I don't think Carl's had much screen time this session. Carl, do you have any highlights for that session?
I'm trying to phrase it. Unfortunately, I can't get anything that's amusing. But the Wimbar's flying claw.
A Wimbar from out of nowhere.
yeah.
That's fair. So Catclop's flying claw attack thing.
I believe you said Doimbar.
That's what I wrote. Catclop.
2 players said Doimbar.
Do you need to clear your throat, or?
Doimbar.
Also, it's really bothering me that hat on the wall behind Creed really looks like an ear in low res.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah,
and I know it's not,
Hello?
but is it meow you're looking for?
I looked at it, I thought it was some sort of vortex.
Oh, sombrero.
Where is the sombrero? Cool. Any other highlights, Carl?
Werebear beatdown.
Stop it. He's already dead.
It's like that scene from Shaun of the Dead when there's fucking grandpa in the middle of the pub and there's fucking pool cues.
God.
And the camera's just going round them.
Yeah.
Grandpa, it's the publican.
Any other highlights, Carl?
I'll call it that, thanks.
Cool. Young Nicholas, you got a nice session there, I feel. Do you have any highlights for that session?
I'm firing my laser!
Don't know whether to be happy that you managed to do the R's correctly, or sad that we're on this level of theme.
I'm firing my laser.
I finally remember to actually do the uploads. Our single viewer, me, is going to be very disappointed in you.
I don't want to say. I felt that Callum's going to get. So I'm really. We'll see if it's still there at the end. I've got another one. Otherwise, I'm good.
All right. Well, in that case, let's do Callum next. Callum, do you have any highlights for that session?
I enjoyed stealing the mead.
What mead did you steal?
The barkeep stole Yuhnbric's mead.
Oh, the barkeep steal. Sorry, I thought you meant stealing from the barkeep. I don't remember that.
No. I'll let Yuhnbric's PTSD.
Yeah, no, I think that's the first time I've ever had Ollie not react with a wisecrack in character to serious trauma. And as mentioned,
wisecracks, and it just didn't.
It's been like half a decade at this point going on.
He's a sensitive soul. He's not a meathead, and he's not had part of his head removed and replaced with non-meat parts.
Oh, screw. Any other highlights, Carl? Callum?
Uncle Ursus. Was his name Uncle Ursun? Uncle Ursun, pillar of the community.
Yeah, old Uncle Ursus.
Old Uncle Ursus, pillar of the community.
We didn't kill the Ursus.
Oh wait, shit, we did.
That's a strange...
He's always been murdered since we came to town.
I mean, you've murdered the song as well.
I'm on a roll for the whole thing.
Any other highlights, Callum?
No, I'll leave it short and snappy this week.
Cool. Benji, do you have any highlights for that session?
A man has died. Read the room, Ollie.
A man has died, all caps, read the room. Any other highlights?
What was the... Oh, I am trained in wrench cutter.
I don't get that one, I'm afraid.
That was...
As opposed to, like, gun cutter.
Yeah, it was when Ollie said, You said to Ollie, what's my fighting style? And he went, I'm trained in wrench cutter.
What's gun cutter? I think of the ship.
K-A-T-A.
Oh, Equilibrium.
Yeah.
I think I said wrench-jitsu or something like that.
Wrench-jitsu.
It's some sort of wrench-based fighting style.
It's really just twats things whilst crying, but you can't argue with results. Any other highlights, Benji?
I think there's one more from the combat section. Companions applicants did all the work. Ding!
Wait, what?
I wanted to point out how the two people who are looking to join the companions did arguably the least work of all of them.
Oh yeah, this
in
is very
actually
true.
killing the bear.
The Khajiit step up, sunbeam it, and just claw it to pieces. You're like, I want to hit it! I want to hit it!
I killed it with my axe. There, you all saw it.
I mean, the quest was solved, so...
Based on what I
Give it
know
several
about
emotional
it
blows.
seems like a thing a companion would do.
Cool. Any other highlights?
No, I think that's everything for now.
Okay, who have we got left to do? Ollie Wally Ding Dong. Do you have any highlights for that session?
If I say Skyrim, you say...
Yes. That's one of the ones I was saving up, actually.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I didn't choose it because I wanted someone else to have it.
Okay, any other highlights, Ollie?
Where's the teacher? No.
I'm not writing puns.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I understand you not wanting to pollute your list. I guess just the general stop. He's already dead.
That's got a comma in it. I can't do it.
I mean, you don't have to have the comma between stop and,
Put a dash.
Oh, stylistically, you absolutely did. I just put he's already dead. I'll give you italics.
Stylistically, you would have accounted for this, Ewan, in your weird-ass formatting rules.
It's pretty simple, no commas.
Put a colon.
Troy's an entire comma separated.
Putting a colon is a very good answer. I've put 2 colons in the list already, so it's too many, as is. But old Uncle Ursus and a man has died kind of screwed you on that one, Ollie. Otherwise, a colon could have worked. I say old Uncle Ursus, I mean the highlight. Old Uncle Ursus obviously didn't screw you. You bashed his brains in. Any other highlights, Ollie?
No, I don't think so.
Cool. Creed, do you have any highlights for that session?
Yeah. A line from Ollie, I think I'm paraphrasing. Just for a note, I'm crying now.
Alright, I guess I have to put a dash in that. Scree!
Whoa!
Alright, any other highlights?
And he just went down to Helgen for a while.
Euphemism was born. We're going to do a prequel set all in and around the idyllic city of Helgen. The true jewel of Skyrim.
Their amazing healthcare, schools.
That's what spurred the Stormcloak revolt. It was the Empire trying to take Helgen away from Skyrim.
Come and see the lovely lakes, the beautiful moose.
I like to think like the sign outside Helgen says "Dragon free since era 3" or something like that.
It's been dragon free a damn sight longer than that, but since era 2, in fact. Any other highlights, Creed?
The last minute one was waving the stormclag.
Scree.
Oh, I do hope we get some meat.
Don't you mean Sklee, Ewan? Don't you mean Sklee?
Sklee.
Once we are richly rewarded by Ulfric for delivering such a valuable prisoner, he will make us all of the House Stormclag. Twin house to the House of Stormcloak.
Yeah, let's just make our own separate rebellion called the Stormclag Rebellion.
Every time I hear someone saying Stormclag, I'm like, Stormclag.
Right.
So for the record, I believe his name is Stormcloak. I don't think it's like a dynasty thing. I'm pretty sure it's in reference to the shouting.
Yeah, it's not his. I swear it's just his. Not his cognomen. It's a Roman.
It's an epithet, basically.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, no, cognomen works as well. To be fair, you're not wrong.
But it's not his first. It's not his first.
Yeah, so it's a given name, partially adopted by him, but also given by other people. But basically, the upshot of that is, technically, Stormclag is not an impossible name to acquire. You just need to be stormy, but also claggy.
I'm just
the clag.
It's the type of thing if I don't know, if Arnaulf lived for an extended...
Oh my god! The literal
lived...
definition is to be daubed with a sticky something.
Yeah. Do you know that's exactly that's why we were making porridge jokes.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you have a claggy atmosphere, it's one where it sticks to you as muggy.
Exactly.
So storm actually works as well. You have a muggy storm.
So if you had Arnaulf in a bog shouting at people, and that's where his castle was, you might jokingly refer to Arnaulf as the Stormclag as a reference.
What if I shout a barrel of honey into someone?
Maybe. I can see that.
In the middle of the storm.
We can workshop it, I'm sure.
My voice is the storm. And also this barrel of lovely honey, direct from Helgen.
Because the thing is, one of the overriding... okay, so obviously there's minor history lesson, but nicknames given are often sarcastic or entertaining, so it's actually fairly at least historically, and which is where Skyrim's trying to draw the things from. In fact, Skyrim makes it a little bit too dramatic with Stormcloak. It's you'd probably call Ulfric something a bit shittier a bit earlier than that. One of my favourite nicknames is Charles the Bald. It wasn't bald, had a big fuck-off thick head of hair, but he didn't get a crown until quite late in life, so even after he was king, people continuously made fun of him for how non-crowned he was. King
John was called Soft Sword, and he was prolific womanizer.
He was also called Lapland, because he lost his land. So bitchy and or comedic nicknames are actually not even slightly unrealistic. They're, if anything, easier to obtain than a cooler one, because people find jokes funnier than they do cool names. Which just
wasn't it like Richard the Lionheart? His Lionheart thing had two meanings, or something like that, right?
I couldn't tell you, but he was a dick, so who cares?
His a good one, but he got that from the church for killing lots of Saracens, so it's less... He had the heart of a lion and more, fuck those Saracens!
I mean, Richard the Lionheart, one of our worst kings, hands down. So, any other highlights, Creed, after the Stormclag? Cool, any final highlights from anybody?
Stormclag.
Ungagging the prisoner.
Did you say I'm gagging or ungagging? Okay. Ungagging the prisoner. Any other highlights from anybody?
I don't want this to be a colons, I guess in brackets, Arnaulf. I will get a last hit. Goes to the back. I can't get to the back. Goes to the eye. Can't get to the eye. Goes to the jaw.
Last hit means 100%.
That's... I don't know how I would get that down to a single line. Arnaulf refuses to not kill Steel, maybe?
Arnaulf in brackets, and then just after that, I will get a last hit.
Why don't I just go, last hit means 100%? Or, just 2 words, kill secured!
Kill secured. Because I found it funny how you were just looking for an inn somewhere.
You couldn't get past my crying.
Desperately kills
on Dowenbar's claws.
Well, to be fair, also Dowenbar's entire body.
Yeah.
Which is not small. Cool.
Could you take a saber-tooth in a fight and win?
Yeah, Nicholas?
Yeah.
I mean, depends.
I have armor, so technically I'm slightly better armored. Otherwise,
Are you, like, I'm not meaning to be bitchy, but do you actually know that a saber-tooth doesn't also have armor? Because
it has fur armor, but it won't be as high as mine, I don't think.
You see, I feel like you're kind of assuming here, because at the very least, a saber-tooth is a combat animal, whereas you're a horse.
Fought a saber-tooth, let's be fair here. He fought one earlier in the campaign.
Yeah, but that probably wasn't me doing the actual, like... If you're talking a white box scenario, Ollie, then yes, but also no, because as with all white box scenarios, it depends on a million variations, and even then, you're still only going to get averages. It's not a super uneven fight, would be my personal takeaway. I could see either one way.
That's kind of what I was asking. Is it
It's a bit like asking, could a bear kill a gorilla?
That's a fight I'd want to see.
Something, Rome. Cool. Thank you all for... as far as I know, they didn't have gorillas imported, but it's not inconceivable that they had, like, one or two, rarely at some point. Shit does get imported around. Cockatoos made it to Europe as early as the...
Well, I mean, they killed all the lions in North Africa.
Yeah, well, exactly. This is the thing. The animal trade was huge. And quite far-reaching. Though, that said, gorillas are difficult to transport. Cool, yes, thank you all for a lovely session number 9, and I'll see everybody next week. Does anyone have any final words for the recording that aren't clag?
Yo.